It's gonna be so much fun. So much. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You are really intently looking at something.
I dropped the piece and I can't find it.
Being interviewed and trying to do Lego at the same time, harder than it seems.
Great guest to have on too. In the beginning, he was kind of like, as we all were in the beginning, how should we act and stuff like that. Now he's such a fun guy to be around.
And then he said something about like a tramp stamp or something, and the girls were like, "Hey, where is that? What's this all about? I'll show you mine if you show me yours." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is not that type of stream."
Hey, welcome everybody to Lego's Law License.
So much, man.
I know. It was really
good.
So the first intro was good. All the video work that I did, I spent hours doing and keep sending to Valhalla, and he kept rejecting it and said,
That's
"No,
true.
it needs to do it better." That was the guidance I got from Valhalla. Was no, do it
Good
better.
guidance.
Yeah,
I think I was a little more practical with my critiques, actually. I did reject a lot of them.
like version 27. He's like, "All right, that's good. I like that." But it really came together when we started putting in cuts from people, our fellow guests from the streams. But today, hopefully, we'll be able to redo and add some fun stuff from Brandi. Welcome, Brandi.
Heck yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
Brandi?
I'm here.
You're here. It's past your
Welcome to
bedtime, I
Lego.
hear.
It is
And you
past
ready
my
for
bedtime.
A
Yeah.
6-hour stream, drinking and building Lego.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
6 hours was our longest Lego stream. But
Was
that
our longest. We're
was
hoping
a
not
lot.
to top that. We're hoping
I
not to
hope
top
to
that.
never do 6-hour Lego stream again.
We're hoping.
Oh, I was so
I-
fun.
I purposely did not open my Lego box until right when I was already like when I had logged on to the little thing because I was like, if I do, I'm gonna be like, I'm sick, I can't come because I knew I would get like too freaked out because there's so many pieces.
How many pieces? Well, okay. So the other thing we do is we like to show off what we're building. So I am building Lego Star Wars: The TIE Fighter.
Sexy.
It is. How many pieces is it? It's only 432. It's a small set.
Oh, that is a tiny set.
Yeah.
I am building the Mandalorian helmet. I
Heck
have no
yes.
idea how many pieces it is, but it should be a good time.
Wait, how many pieces is it?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Oh dang.
It's a lot more than 400, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
I got me a flyer.
It's an
It's an
awesome
orchid.
set, by the
The
way.
orchids are awesome.
Yeah.
The orchids are awesome.
Okay,
So-
how long did this take you when you did it?
Couldn't tell you.
Don't tell her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, this is actually not that
I
many
should have
pieces.
pre-done it.
Who did I build it with? Who were we on with?
Didn't Ghazni build that one too?
Yeah,
gosh,
Ghazni built it. He
yeah.
did it in like a couple of hours.
I think this is only 500 and something pieces. Now that I'm looking at it, I thought it was
I'm
way
trying to
more than that.
remember who we were. Oh, it was Joe. That was a 6-hour stream. It did not, mind you, during that 6 hours,
That's
I
right, it
built
was.
that and I built 2 Lego hearts and then I BS'd for like another 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long.
Poor Joe. He's gonna get pooped on forever now. Showed up,
Love Joe.
sick as a dog.
He was so sick. He was such a great guest. And Brandi, we know that you're going to be a great guest too. And we are so excited to have you. You're such a star, and we're honored you're here. And we know
Valhalla,
that
go.
our whole chat is happy you're here too.
Oh,
We're excited.
oh,
All of
I
them.
was still looking things up. I was
All
still
of
looking
them
things
are.
up.
I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous, honestly, about the Lego thing. I hadn't built Lego since I was a youngin', and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And it's bedtime, which means I'm going to end up having to find my old lady glasses too because it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be
Just
fine.
follow the directions and you'll be fine.
It'll
What-
be all
I've
right.
never been good at doing that.
You know what I discovered actually? So Lego has an app, and I was able to download the directions rather than looking at the paper directions on
That's
my
a
tablet.
good idea. Hold
That
on,
is
let me
super cool.
do that.
So I can go through, and I have all the build right there. So I'm high tech building Legos today.
Heck
How
yeah.
about that?
Hey everybody in chat, by the way. Hey Jung, I see you. And
Fedorowski said it's just like IKEA, Brandi.
Oh, then we're all screwed. We're gonna be here till Wednesday. That's all right.
So
All right.
Brandi, how do you identify your YouTube channel? What if you were to give it a topic, like if YouTube said you need to Tell
A
us what
genre.
your channel's all about. A genre, yeah.
I mean, it's really. Oh, I found it. First of all, hold on, pause. You're a genius because I just found this. This is going to be so much easier on my old lady eyeballs.
Oh,
Let me
don't ever
just-
tell him he's a genius. Don't
I
do that.
okay,
Well, I
then,
am
knows
a
it.
genius.
You know it.
I mean,
He
I
is.
know it already. So, but I appreciate you recognition from others.
I think I just. Oh yes, I just found it. That's going to be so much easier on my eyeballs. Okay. I would say. I mean, we watch trials and we do true crime, and so I guess it's a true crime channel. You know, it's mostly trials, and then every once in a while we'll do like random like car chases and
I
you
do
know,
love a good car chase.
break-
I have
yeah,
seen
oh,
that
they're
on your
so
channel
fun.
before.
Yes, there's
David likes car chases and Val likes interrogations.
I do like interrogation videos.
Yeah, interrogation videos are cool. Okay, I gotta.
It's my guilty pleasure.
That's weird. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm okay with that.
So what drew you to, I guess, true crime? Do you have a legal background or anything?
No, I have just always been really into it, and I watched it. Oh Lord, yep, I need my old lady glasses. I watched it growing up with my mom. My mama was real into like unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, unsolved mysteries is nice. I miss that show. I miss the original. The new stuff doesn't do it for me.
New stuff is not the same. Look, I got my.
Look at you.
Eyeballs in now. Look, I'm getting. Hold on, roll my sleeves up. I'm getting serious here.
We're excited. This is amazing. By the way,
only competition, by the way, is between me and Valhalla. The guests are never in competition, although it's very shameful for Valhalla when he loses to the guests. So feel free.
That's only happened a handful of times. Sadly.
So a few people have asked what my role is here tonight. And for those of you that are new, I'm the MC. I pull up all the chats. I watch the chat.
It's our wonderful Wendy.
I'm just here to have fun and watch. So, well, I do not build Lego. And as everyone who, especially Brandy's going to find out soon enough, it's really difficult to build the Lego and also look at the chat, pull up chats, see what's going on. It gets a little much. So
yeah, the first couple of streams we didn't have an MC. It was just us building Lego and trying to watch the chat and engage with the chat. And we found it quite difficult. And then I think episode 3, we brought Wendy on, who's actually she is a co-creator member level, and so she gets a monthly stream with us anyways. And but she volunteered to MC, and she's been doing an awesome job.
We'll keep her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
keep her to keep her.
Last week, which was really good. It was it last
Flux?
week? Everything's running
Yeah.
together.
Did you know Flux, or did you just see it for the first time on our stream?
Nope, that was the first time.
Hi, Ben.
Flux.
You need to
Hello,
jump
everybody.
in and get a monument made to you in her Saturday.
Oh my gosh, you
morning
have
Minecraft.
to go into her Saturday Minecraft stream, Brandy. It's epic.
Actually,
really?
if
Yeah.
Flux is listening, what the hell happened to your stream this morning, lady?
Oh, it was so weird. I was on the stream when it happened. I don't think she knows what happened.
I wonder if she lost power internet or something.
No, she didn't.
Oh no.
Did
No,
it
it
kick
was
her off?
bizarre.
Did it end her stream?
Yeah.
Yes.
YouTube did that to me the other day. I had to start another stream. I was
Yeah, that's-
45 minutes in, and I had to start another one
Same.
because
Same with
yeah.
Flux this morning. It was so crazy. The really cool thing that happened though is,
Bronca got shut down today too.
Really?
oh, okay.
Something's up.
Something.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had heard I was in my stream and everyone was asking what happened to Bronca's stream. I don't know.
David, Jenny wants to know if you saw her questions about the defense attorney deferring cross like the case we are watching with Brandy at the moment. It's very strange.
I don't see the question, but feel free to ask it again. What exactly is your question? And I
Yeah,
will
can
try
you
to
ask it
answer
again, Jenny? I missed it. Sorry.
What case are
By the
you
way-
watching right now, Brandy?
Yeah, what are you watching?
Michelle Draconis.
What is that? I don't know if I know that case.
I don't
Oh,
think we do.
Lord of mercy.
Thank you,
It's
Jenny, for your
a
chat.
hot mess. Oh gosh, this is so hard to like do things and
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
Really hard.
This is-
it's good.
like-
We like it.
I'm working my brain here. This is amazing. I did like a deep dive on it because it's kind of crazy, but it's basically like a millionaire woman. It's okay. So Liz Claiborne. It's Liz Claiborne's niece. She came from money.
Like
She
Liz
married.
Claiborne.
Liz Claiborne, like the handbags?
Yes, yeah, it's her niece that's the victim, and she married this dude named Fotis.
Oh,
And
this is that case.
Yeah, it's that case.
Okay.
She married this dude named Fotis, and wait, does this go the right way? And they were married for a while, had 5 kids. He ended up allegedly, but there's a shit ton of evidence and it's not really a question. But he allegedly killed her, and he took a guy that works for him. He took his truck there to do it, and he had a mistress the whole time. The mistress is the one that's on trial now. His friend / former attorney is also charged because it was all like conspiracy to commit murder and stuff. And so she's on trial now. It's been crazy so far. It started out really slow. It's been going kind of slow, and then all of a sudden, there's like nonstop juror drama. So
wait, what's the juror drama? I did see I saw the fairly, I'll say, really attractive nanny, which it's always amazing to me. Like,
she's
these
hot.
nannies are so attractive.
She's so hot. She's so pretty.
But
yeah.
I saw her testimony.
Yeah.
Sean, potentially criminal, was streaming it the other day, and I jumped on for a minute, or just in the chat to watch it. But what's the issues with the jurors?
So the first issue, they were going to lunch, and they had a marshal was there with I think they were getting out of the elevator or something, or the hallway or whatever it was. And one of the alternate jurors saw one of the attorneys for the state and was like, "We love you, Liz. You're doing great," or something like that.
Oh, Jesus.
Told the alternate juror told the
a juror yelled out. So the
Yes.
direction that all judges give, such as don't communicate with anybody involved with this case, was just not enough of a direction for this one particular juror.
Well,
Apparently not.
listen, Dave, she didn't know he was serious. Okay.
Right. That was they thought it was just a suggestion.
I feel like this is a 20-year-old. Is it a 20-year-old woman? Not that I have anything against 20-year-old women, but I'm just trying to think of the type of juror. Like, I don't imagine it's a 50-year-old man saying that.
I am not sure who it was, but that wasn't the end of the juror drama. So they got rid of that juror, and then what is this? I need this and this and this. Then they had was it yesterday, or I don't know, it's all running together. I think it was yesterday. That they had more juror drama. They had a juror that came in and said something about the Gone Girl case and how it's all over the media. Now, I don't know if they were talking about the new they're calling it the Gone Girl stuff, the American Nightmare. Is that what they're calling it? Is that what it's called? The on Netflix, the new show that just came out that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, okay.
You
don't know if they're talking about that or if they're talking about the case?
No, because they interviewed them off camera, but about it to see, what they were talking about and what they meant and all that. So, but they ended up getting rid of one of those jurors too. The transcript is supposed to be available on Monday, I think, so that we can actually hear what they had to say. But
that's interesting. All right, so I do know that case a little bit because I was watching it with Potentially Criminal. By the way, he's going to be our guest on March 2nd, I believe, on this channel. But I was watching it a little bit on his channel. So what was the question that our chatter had for me regarding that case? I don't
Not yet, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Did she ask it again, Wendy?
She did. Sorry. Oh man.
That's okay. You're just our MC. It's cool. Daydream. Just look away. You can have a coffee if you want,
Roasted.
You're so sweet.
Oh yes, I forgot. March 2nd is also Josie's birthday. I saw that in the chat.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Happy birthday, Josie.
happy birthday.
Jenny, I lost your question again. Sorry. I meant to.
The best MC ever.
You're fired, Wendy.
Okay, so Brandi, while we're looking for this question,
Thank you.
I have While we're waiting for this question, one of the questions I always ask our guest is why you started streaming on YouTube, how you got into it, and all that good stuff.
It was kind of an accident. I started. Well, okay, so I got into all of this actually kind of by accident. I was home on medical leave. I've gone through a lot of like surgeries and stuff. It's like I lost count, somewhere over 30 surgeries. Anyway, I'm like a science project. Like
I'm kind of jealous, but okay.
yeah, it's like I don't get like bionic arms or anything, but like I am kind of like science project-esque. So I was home on medical leave, and I am not like a sit still type of gal. I have to have something to like focus my energy on. And so I have always been into true crime. So I just got really more into that. I was in a bunch of discussion groups on Facebook, like discussion, of the trials and stuff. And when the Murdaugh one happened, I made a chart, like just timing out all the stuff they were going over. And somebody asked me to put it on Twitter. So I did, and it went viral. And then when
this before the trial or during the trial?
During the trial, like not long after it started. And then, and then I had, this goes on this. And then I was following them a lot, like following trials and stuff a lot. And then when the Lori Vallow trial started, I started doing video recaps first. And then, but my first streaming was when the Vallow trial started, because nobody was streaming it. And I wanted to watch it with people, because what fun is it to watch this stuff without people? And so I, this goes on that. That's one of my problems.
It's not that easy, right? Trying to build and all.
It's so hard.
David, how do you slow the chat down?
Oh, we can do that. Is it?
Can we? That would be really helpful.
One of our mods can do it, but
good.
Only like the.
No, I think only I can, and I'm not in my normal mod mode right now.
Well, I mean, but also we have. No, I'll do it real quick here.
Thank you.
Just put on
y'all are doing. Y'all, please keep chatting away. We love it. I just
It's too much for Wendy.
It's. You know what? Solomon and we're over you guys right now. You need to stop. If I'm going to be your mom, I'm going to act like your mom.
All right. Well, we'll be nice. No, but so I took care of it already. It should be good. I saw I saw Jung in the chat too about doing it, but I got it already. We're good.
So Excited Utterance has met Brandi before, and she wanted to say hi to you.
Hi.
Have you met Brandi? Or have you met Excited Utterance? She's the Aussie.
Where did her thing go? God, this is really good. Thank you. Note to self.
So your first stream was Lori Vallow then?
Lori Vallow.
Okay.
Which was tough, honestly, because there was no video.
Yeah.
So it made it a little bit difficult. So then I ended up spending a lot of time making graphics and stuff like that to try to give people something to look at, while we were watching it. I'm missing something. Oh my Lord.
There's always like a piece that goes missing. You're like, damn, I can't find it. And then you find it sitting right there.
It was hidden. It was hidden right in front of me. That's
Excited Utterance. She was in your chat at the beginning of your streams when you first started. Sorry.
Yes.
Not you.
I mean, when I started, I thought like that nobody was going to be there, and especially because there was no video, and I was like, nobody's going to, want to watch anything when there's no video. But it was just audio and graphics, and it didn't come out till the evening time. So, but actually, we did have people that actually watched with us or listened with us, so it was
that was very I listened in the evenings to do you know Danny on Direct? Do you know her channel?
I don't think so.
It's okay, so the elephant in the room here. There's a difference between I feel not a difference, but there's clicks on YouTube. Like for some reason I just started streaming stuff. I've had my YouTube channel for like 5-6 years. And I never was streaming live until there was a case locally here, James and Jennifer Crumbly, that I wanted to talk a lot about. Their trial starts actually next week. And then when after Murdaugh, I watched the whole thing while I was working, and I thought, well, I could just live stream it, while I'm working. So my very first trial that I live streamed was Zachariah Anderson, and then I went Letitia Stout, and then I've been doing it ever since. But all of a sudden, people started jumping in my chat, and I started getting connected with what some people call LawTube. So you have the lawyers essentially that are streaming on YouTube, and then there's like another clique, which is true crime. And never the two shall cross, except right now. And it's just interesting that there's like these little cliques. And so it's like, I know a lot of people,
I agree.
like Danny on Direct and Joe from Good Logic or Runkle or Steve Gosney. And there's a bunch, like I mentioned Sean Potentially Criminal, who's an Ohio attorney that streams a lot, has a lot of subs. And I mentioned you coming on today, and he had no idea who you were, but you have a lot of subs. I feel like, well, why don't people know?
Well, it's the algorithms. You get trapped in your little circles, and people get trapped with you, and then you all kind of come up together.
I find it disappointing. Like I first heard of you on Twitter, but not YouTube. Yeah. And I won't say what it was. It wasn't nice. But then I went over to your YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, it's fine. It's a different perspective on everything. And but it's just interesting that people get in those little circles, and it's because of the freaking YouTube algorithm. So guys, look outside your circles every once in a while, and you'll find some good stuff out there.
You have to.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to.
LawTube is actually the reason that I named my channel 13th Juror, because I had a bunch of LawTubers on Twitter telling me that I'm a moron because I don't have a law degree. And so I named my channel 13th Juror because I wanted everybody, law degree or not, to be able to watch without being called a moron. And I tried to also remind people that it's the jurors who determine the outcome.
Well, that's the thing. As a trial attorney, I can be technically smart, although I'm not like technically smart on a lot of things. But the law that I do know, I can be technically smart on it, but I still have to convince 6 or 12 people, depending on what kind of case I have, that I am right. And so I need to be able to, and that's why my show is called Making Law Simple. I feel like this has actually helped me be a better litigator, because then I can explain things to the jury. I've got a jury trial coming up in February, and I feel so much more confident doing these jury trials now that I've been trying to explain legal concepts to people, such as Brandi, who is, essentially the juror you're trying to convince. And so I like that idea. But there's a benefit to knowing how prospective jurors think about situations. So the idea of just, well, you don't know anything, that's just dumb.
I agree.
I don't know how else to say it. I mean, everyone has a role to play in this society. One of the most important roles, and if I dare say the most important role, more so than voting or anything else, because you can vote for a corrupt politician that passed bad laws, and you can vote for a corrupt DA that's going to charge people criminally when they maybe shouldn't be, and you're going to vote for that corrupt judge that's just going to wave through criminal indictments. But at the end of the day, you can have all these corrupt people. They still have to get it past 4 everyday citizens that say, yes, government, I'm authorizing you to imprison this person. And so that is the most important role that you can play in our society, is to be a member of a jury, especially in a criminal case. And so everyone needs to understand that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the thing is like having a law degree doesn't make you like be able to look at evidence as, how do I say this? You don't have to have a law degree to be a juror. So, and you just have to have, I guess you have to just be registered to vote and whatever. But I mean, I was going to say you have to have common sense, but Lord knows that ain't a requirement.
No.
Well, I was just telling, there's an attorney in my office, and I was just telling him yesterday that I feel like there's a lot more people that are better qualified to be attorneys that don't have law degrees, and there's a shit ton of people that should not be attorneys, but they have the law degrees.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like I would make a better attorney than most of you guys, just saying.
You get disbarred.
I would vote for
so
Val.
fast, bro. So fast.
I vote for Val to be Attorney of the Year.
Oh God, no. I just like
So,
to
have you
argue.
ever thought about pursuing a career in the legal field, Brandi?
I had thought about it when I was younger. But I really wanted to. I wanted to be a legal investigator, and I wanted to be like for a while. But then I wanted to be a criminal psychologist. I went to school for psychology. I have an education degree too, but I didn't.
Really?
When I did my practicum, I was like,
My undergrad is bye. My daughter's leaving. My undergrad is in history, sociology, and secondary education, because that was my fallback. If law school didn't work out. But
see, I wanted to teach college level, and then I did my practicum in, and I was like, nope.
So I did too. I did. So there's two parts. There's two parts to student teaching. There's like the small part that you do like halfway through, and then when you're all done with all of your education part of it with your schooling, then you got to do like a much longer one, at least in Michigan. And by the time I was done with my first stint at student teaching, nope, I don't want to do this. I do not like this at all. I will fail as a teacher because I will be fighting with administration or whatever. And so I gave up on it. I never actually got my secondary education degree.
Data Lisa said Lego are the best. My 30-year-old was married holding her Lego bouquet.
Oh, Data Lisa.
We love that so much.
That's awesome.
You know, I did better in my second choice of wife than my first. But my second choice of wife is.
I'm hoping number 4 is the winner for me.
But the problem might be continuously getting married for you, Wendy. But my point was, she builds Legos with me, and
get out of here.
The only law tuber that my wife watches is Emily D. Baker. She won't watch me. She'll watch Emily D. Baker though, and she said if I ever got Emily on a Lego stream, she'd build Legos with me during that stream. So
yes.
So I've been stalking Emily D. Baker on X. I'm like, you have to come on our stream because it's the only way our creator's wife will watch the Lego.
Oh, that's good.
Right? I do. I stalked Brandi too for a minute.
So Brandi, who do you watch when you're not streaming yourself?
I don't do Lego.
I watch different people for different things. A lot of it will depend on which trials I'm covering. I do watch Emily D. Baker. I think she's great. Like as far as LawTube stuff goes, I'll watch her. I'll watch Lawyer. Oh, dang, that's the wrong color.
Oh, you're doing okay. Yeah. So this thing around the outside here, like this part of it, like that's behind here. Yeah, you've got to stack those in the right colors because it is so confusing if you don't. The first time when I built this, I was like, oh, the colors don't matter. It's all the same stuff. But then when you've got to line up these vertical things, it's so confusing if you don't have the colors in the right order. Okay. You could probably do it, but it got I got to like where you were, and then I disassembled half of it because I realized that I screwed up.
Oh, don't tell me that. No. Lord have mercy. Okay.
So the lawyer, you said?
Yeah, I watch him too.
He's cute.
You watch MLS too, I think, right? He's pretty cool.
He's cute. Yeah. Val's where it's at though. Val for judge.
Oh, no way. You don't want me being a judge.
So I would like to interrupt the chit chat just for a second so that we could show our beautiful, amazing chat, what we're building. Please, we show off our builds, what we have so far. What are you building?
The Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah, but how far along are you?
This far?
I'm building this.
Oh.
And this is, look at me go. This is.
Look at you. Brandi.
Yeah.
Why were you nervous? You're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like blue and the orange and stuff, I was just like, oh, I don't care. It's all the same. And then when you have to line it up, because they spin, right? So you got to spin them and line them up a certain way. It gets
Yeah.
really a pain in the ass.
That set isn't as many pieces as it says it is, Brandi, because most of the mulch is loose pieces that just sits on top. So like probably 100 pieces don't even count.
Oh, okay. Okay.
At the end of it.
I got this. I got this.
Oh, and
We
I
got
am
it.
drinking a Heineken again because that's the only thing in the house. My wife bought it.
Yingling.
You had
as
that last
usual.
week, David. Come on, grow up. And Val had that last week. Come on, you guys.
I have that every week. That's what I drink.
Can Brandi tell us how many people told her that she was on Dateline last night?
Oh, so many.
Were
so
you on
many.
Dateline or no? Did they just mistake you?
No, it was me. I mean, not because I like snapped or anything, but like because like
Did Chris Hansen all of a sudden come out of the other room?
Why are we here, Brandi?
Wrong episode. Wrong
Just
episode.
have a seat. Have a seat.
No, I because I covered the Charlie Adelson trial and I was in Tallahassee for the trial, and so when Georgia's like talking to him and stuff, you can see me behind him, and look, you can see my nosy self back there. I'm watching every move that the jury is making, and I'm chatting on my phone and reporting back to the people in my chat. So
nice.
That's what it was.
Brandi, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. SC wants to know where you got your degree.
I don't want to give personal information. It was
Okay,
in
I did.
Georgia.
That's fine.
It was in Georgia. There's two different colleges that I went to that were both around the same area, but I don't want to give personal information.
Yeah, no worry. I know. That's why I said I figured that might be doxing you.
I have a question though, because everyone knows we're the general area, geographic area that you are in, right?
Yes.
Okay, Brandi, I got you.
So do you know the necromancer, and how much does he cost?
Letitia's couch.
No. No.
Horrible, Dave. Horrible.
That was an interesting case. We streamed also the HBO documentary on her expert witness, Dr. Dorothy Lewis. The Sunday before she was scheduled to testify, and we were watching it and we're like, oh my God, this woman is just as insane as I imagine Letitia is. And then sure enough, like she got on the stand and I'm like, she's going to get lost and confused. She showed up late. It was the most amazing expert witness I've ever seen. It was highly entertaining.
She wrote the book because she was around before books were available.
Yeah.
That lady was.
I mean, the printing press was around, but it hadn't been used very often yet. So this lovely chatter named Jenny has asked so many times, and I kept losing her question. So David, yes. Why would a defense attorney want to defer cross until their case and chief, and also want the state to do the subpoenas? I'm really curious what the tactic would be in doing that.
So,
was he in jail?
No, the reason would be is when you do cross-examination, the general rule is, although sometimes there's leeway, but the general rule is that you are restricted to cross-examining only based off of what was asked on direct. But if you call the witness yourself, then you're not limited to what was asked prior. You can ask about anything that's relevant. So it might be that they don't want to tip off this witness with what they're going to ask by cross-examining them. And they're like, no, what? We're not going to cross. We're calling this witness when it's our case in chief. And then we're going to drill them on direct because they probably don't want them to be prepared. Now, oftentimes, especially during a bench trial, I know this is a jury trial, but sometimes it can happen during jury trial. You can ask for a little leeway from the court to go outside of cross because they're also on your witness list. But the court doesn't like that when there's a jury because it tends to confuse people and then you're calling them kind of out of order and stuff. But that would be my general reason why and my best guess as to why without really knowing the inside of their heads, right? So hopefully that helps. And then the other one was why would they want the state to issue the subpoenas?
Doesn't cost any money.
By the way, for those of you who've asked questions with the question mark, so I can actually see it, I've starred your questions and they will come up. So I'm getting a rhythm now. And Brandon, I'm hoping you're talking about the other Wendy because that wasn't me. But
okay, but the other one was the defense asked the state to issue the subpoenas.
Yes. apparently.
Damn it, I dropped a piece.
Oh, you know what? I should have been paying attention to this because this is a trial that I'm covering, but I'm so focused on my Legos that I didn't even.
So is it? So the defense. So Brandi, the defense asked the state to issue the subpoenas.
By the way, y'all, if you do super chats, your question will not get lost. I'm not just trying to grift, but it will help actually keep it up on top. So
she's grifting. It's cool though.
We appreciate it.
But no. So Brandi, is that what state is this in?
Oh well, Connecticut. But this whole Connecticut thing has been weird too because they didn't even do opening.
I noticed that. That was really weird.
Yeah. So
Really?
the whole thing has been crazy, and then they had oh gosh, this is duh, I'm getting it. Look, I'm so focused. Okay, they had one of the witnesses. This may have been what you were talking about, and if it is, forgive me because, like I said, I am super Lego focused at this point in my life. But they had one of the witnesses that they were planning on calling, or they had already called, and they're planning on calling them back. And the defense attorney did not want to do the cross examination until they came back later. Yeah. They wanted to not even talk to them at all. So that was one of the things that.
That I was just talking about.
Yeah, that was like we were wanting to know why it doesn't make sense to ask them at least what, because I get what you're saying about bringing them back and being able to talk about
it might be a strategic thing. Like you don't want to tip them off as to where you're going with it, because if you're limited on cross-examination, if the judge is really strict and you're only limited to what was asked on direct, and you really want to get into other areas, you might not want to tip them off and give them time to really think about it in the next week or 2 weeks or however long it's going to be until you get to your case in chief and can call them. So I feel like there's a legitimate strategic reason for that.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, if you want my opinion, not that it's worth much, during one of your streams, just shoot me a DM. And if I'm available, I hop on a lot of people's channels and just for a few minutes, answer a couple of questions.
It's really helpful.
Okay.
But that would be my best guess. Again, they know all the evidence. They have access to all the evidence that's going to be admitted, that's not going to be admitted. And so, trying to guess at what their trial strategy is almost impossible. But just based off of my experience and what I think is a rational, reasonable thought process, that's what I would come up with. That's the only reason that I could see. But again, I'm really just guessing because I'm not inside their head and I don't know their trial strategy.
Gotcha. And yeah, it's weird.
Once again, I'm seeing as many of the questions as possible and I'm starring them. So a lot of people are asking, when am I going to ask the questions? The chat's going really fast, number one. Number two, I'm not being defensive. I'm just explaining. Number two, I'm totally being defensive. Totally being defensive. Number two, also, we have a very special guest and we're trying really hard to let her build her Lego set. Because even though wink, wink, it's not a competition, wink, wink, we all know. We all know Brandi wants to win. And you're all the supporters of Brandi here. You want her to win, right? You want her to win.
Yes.
I mean, not that it's a competition.
Well, and I have questions for Brandi first. Mine get priority.
Oh shit.
I'm
but no, I like to meet new people and get my audience to know them as well.
Yes,
and so all right, so the trial you're covering right now, how long is that expected to go?
8 weeks. They said 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks for the evidentiary part or basically for the state's part, and then another 2 weeks for the defense.
And how long? They're only like a week in, right?
Yeah, 6 days. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been a shit.
I have a new theory on this. Why they wouldn't ask questions either.
Okay.
Whatever this witness is going to testify to is going to be important for them, and they don't want it to be out in the jury's mind and then forgotten about 5 weeks later. They want it closer to the time that they're going to go deliberate. That might be another reason too. right?
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
they're
Stick
going
in
to
the
testify
jury's
to.
mind.
Yeah, stick in the jury's mind. One of the last things they're going to hear is whatever they want to get out of this witness. That could be a possibility as well.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I also have my cockpit is done. Ooh.
Oh, nobody cares about your cockpit. Whatever.
Well,
My
can
my
you say
base
that
is almost
slower,
done.
Our
please?
Brandi is very competitive.
My base is almost done. So
Are you really competitive?
Dang.
yes,
That's what her
yes.
chat says. I'm telling you guys, you better,
She's gonna smoke us both before it's all said and done.
That's the plan.
right? So Brandon, thank you so much for the $5 super chat from an hour ago. This is awesome. Thanks for this. Brandi, build Lego more often, girl. Oh, that's from Dina Do
I was gonna say,
420. I'm
Brandon, what are you
sorry.
doing?
She's one of my mods. She's one of my awesome mods.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Hi, Brandy's mod.
Welcome.
Good to meet ya. And Salvador Dali, love Brandi and Distant. Dali talk needs love. Do you
Hi.
though, babe?
I love Distant. Okay, so Distant is like it's Distant's fault that I'm on YouTube. So anybody who has issues with me, take it up with him. It is.
Do I know Distant?
I do.
Distant is in our chat too. We have a
Yeah.
Distant. Maybe not the
Same.
same.
I was going to say, is it the same person?
I think it's the same person.
Okay, so you sort of started talking about that you yeah. So the Lori Vallow, you started doing stuff on Twitter. I'm just trying to remember.
Oh, yeah.
You started doing stuff on Twitter, and then
get distracted.
you decided just to start streaming it. You just created a channel, or did
Well, I had my channel because I was doing like just recaps and stuff. But I did the my first live stream was for Lori Vallow, and I like literally messaged one of my friends and was like one of my Twitter friends, and I was like,
That's our Distant.
will you show up so that I am not like in here by myself because I'm scared, and because I thought nobody was going to show up, but
how many people did you have in chat on your first stream?
I think 157.
Wow.
Jen RN, how dare you, ma'am? How dare you?
What did Jen RN say?
Talking smack about my Bears.
The Bears.
Jen RN is, for those who don't know, she is Solomon Anderson's wife. Solomon Anderson, the brother of Zachariah Anderson. I don't know if Solomon's in the chat either, but
He
they
was
usually
earlier.
stick around a bit.
Yeah, he was here for a while. I don't know if he still is.
Both Solomon and Jen are both still in the chat. And
Hey guys.
hi, we love you guys so much. You're
Yeah,
the
they're
real
awesome
stars.
people. And
Beautiful people.
since I will just go on record, since we have Brandi and MLS and Valhalla chats all in here, and we all have differing opinions on Zachariah Anderson. The reason why Brandi might have a differing opinion on Zachariah Anderson than I do as an attorney, and that others do, is for the same reason why she calls herself the 13th juror. She doesn't know the case outside of whatever was presented, and she was convinced. And I think that's one of the problems we have with the jury system, in that it's, there's not a lot of ways to check it. And I think when you get an overzealous prosecutor,
Get wrecked gravely.
and I'll be honest with my opinion on the case. I honestly, I don't care if Zachariah Anderson did it. In my opinion, it was not enough evidence to convict anyone of any crime. And I'm scared for a society where that's enough. That's my biggest concern, because I have no personal stake in this. I don't know Zach. I watched it live the first time around. That was the first trial that I streamed, and I just realized I have to make another one of these stupid things. But I just don't think it's enough evidence. And if you watch a lot of my streams, you probably get the sense that I think very few people should actually be convicted. But I'm seeing a pattern of not lazy prosecution, but where there's trials that shouldn't be charged are getting charged, or cases that shouldn't be charged are getting charged, and cases that shouldn't go to trial and should result in pleas are going to trial. And it's because of the system that's been taken over with, overcharging people. Like, for example, there was the, I didn't cover it, but the Broken Baker covered it. The woman that had tried to be a good Samaritan and intervene on a car accident and then ended up shooting and killing a guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that was necessarily murder, but they charged her with murder. I think rightfully that it was manslaughter, and I went against a lot of my fellow streamers on that because they thought that she shouldn't be charged with anything. I was like, no, it's clearly manslaughter, but not murder. And I just offer that as by way of example of sort of overcharging. It wasn't murder. There was no malice aforethought on there. She was trying to be a good Samaritan, and it got out of hand. That's the problem I see with a lot of these cases, is that they're excited to charge. They want the convictions, and it doesn't really matter to them anything else.
Well, that's something we've talked about many times, right? It's no longer justice and I guess I don't know that it ever was, to be completely honest, but it's not justice that people are seeking anymore. It's conviction rates. It's the headlines. It's
a big problem in the industry. I see it as a criminal defense attorney, and it's not just me. If you talk to any criminal defense attorney that regularly practices, it's a big problem. That I get guys that are charged, and I have to work my ass off because the case is BS, and I got to get it dismissed, and it should have never been charged in the first place. And and it's not just because I like the guy or whatever. I'm just trying to look at it from a rational standpoint. It just should have never been charged. And we just see a lot of that, as opposed to, and that's why if you watch me on Saturdays and Tuesdays, I'm rewatching the Jodi Arias trial, which I feel like the prosecutor ran a cleaner ship, for lack of a better phrase, back then. That was only 10 years ago, but I feel like it was more of we're seeking justice as opposed to I'm seeking a name for myself.
So that is the same Distant, by the way. Thank you, EU.
Oh, okay.
EU with the $3 super chat. Thank you so much. EU says Distant is the same. We have a friend in common. That's amazing.
Nice.
I love
also.
this.
Let's go, Brandon, with a $5 super chat. Why did Val let McKinley name the ducks? I'm not reading this one.
I'll finish it. And then kill them. That should be the new definition of cruel and unusual. Listen, sir, you know how that went down. I am not a duck ender. I am a duck savior that sometimes doesn't get it right all the time.
And yes, this is a Christian show, Brandon, so knock it off. JK. Jen RN wants to know, is Brandi a Bears fan too? And if not, how did she know to be better than Val?
Not a Bears fan.
Well, we can be wrong about certain things. It's okay.
So what are you a fan of? Not the Bears.
No, I am I'm from Georgia.
Go Bulldogs.
So, I am 100% go Bulldogs on everything, and unfortunately Falcons. But here's my thing. Falcons are my pro team, and then of course Georgia is my college team. But the Falcons, I've had a love-hate relationship with them. Well, I mean, basically my whole life, because they'll get right there, and then the Super Bowl where we played the Patriots and it looked like we were going to win, and we were oh my gosh, I got trashed and blacked out. I hadn't drank that much. I was like, we finally win the Super Bowl, and I overdid it, and I blacked out, and I woke up the next morning thinking we were Super Bowl champs. And I looked at the news. Not so much. So I have been bitter about the Falcons since then, but
I met Mike Vick at the Pro Bowl one year when he was playing for the Falcons.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have Lions players that are clients of mine.
Comment.
Well, there you go. Matthew Stafford was a Lions player. So
yes,
yes,
and we are all better that he's gone.
He's a Georgia boy.
Oh, horrible. Yeah, Mike Vick. I think I introduced him to a girl I knew outside of a Denny's at 4 a.m. He was in the back of a limo. He was wasted. It was a good time.
Yeah. One of your customers.
What's that?
No.
Oh.
So is Destiny
not customer.
yours?
Employees, whatever they call them.
No, I was in the Army. We
Oh,
were
yeah. So one of your employees.
in Hawaii, right? Because
Nice.
that's where the Pro Bowl was at the time. And we were just at the bars. It's like 4 a.m. after bar time, and there's a limo parked outside of Denny's. We're in there eating. We go to leave, and I'm trying to talk to the driver of the limo, and I'm like, "Hey, man, who's in there? Like, is he good? Can I ask for an autograph?" Kind of thing. 'Cause it's the Pro Bowl. Somebody's there, right?
People are saying that guy killed dogs or something. They're asking if that's the guy that
Yeah.
killed.
He had like a dog fighting ring.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
He did his time. That's the other thing too. Okay, he did his time. He took his lickings. He did his time. He is out. He's a free man now.
Well, there you go.
I had an interview with a woman that for like a paralegal position, and so I was just asking her some general questions, and she was from Texas and moved here, and we're like, "Oh, why'd you move here?" And she's like, "Oh, I just needed kind of a fresh start." And we're like, "Oh, okay, well, we got to ask, do you have any criminal record?" And she's like, "Well, remember how I told you that my husband died? I kind of sort of got charged with his murder." And I was like, "Okay, but you're good now, right? You served your time. You're not on the lam. I'm cool with it." But no one else wanted to hire her. I was like, "What? She did her time."
Well, Dave, unlike you and me and some of us, there's no such thing as your debt being served to society. A lot of people want to hold all this against people for the rest of their lives, and that's just the way society is, my man.
Well, I wasn't going to marry her, so I felt safe. But no, I just, at the end of the day, if people, they do the crime, they do the time and move on. I just didn't get caught with some of the stuff I did. That's all I'm saying. No, I just, everyone needs a second chance. And he did his time. Mr. Vic did.
So let's say Letitia does her time and gets out and wants to come and work as your paralegal.
I love the Letitia. Well, I mean, just because okay. Well, not gonna hire her.
You got to look at her.
I'm not gonna be like she needs to be. I'm not gonna. She can't ever work again, and we need to. Well, although okay. She did. No, she's different.
Yeah, that one's
no, I can't defend her.
Okay, so what if she puts in her application and you turn her down, and then she comes back as little Lucia and puts in another one?
Well, little Lucia's getting hired immediately.
Yeah, little Lucia's getting hired. She's got some skills. What? Is that the Russian trained Spanish speaking one, right?
I'm Russian, y'all.
Yeah,
the Russian trained.
That was Maria, wasn't it?
Well, according to that medical lady, the ancient lady, she really was speaking Russian. So,
but I don't think Dr. Dorothy Lewis speaks Russian herself.
No, she was speaking in her South Carolina accent, like trying to be with a.
You kind of sound Russian to me right now. So.
Look, I've been called worse.
So did you stream that trial? That was a nutty trial.
That one was wild. I did recaps on that one.
That one was hard at the beginning, but after you got past sort of the autopsy stuff, and then you got her brother on the stand crying out, why'd you do it, Batista? And I'm like, okay, well, any hope of anything is gone. I mean, you can always hope that from a defense standpoint, like the state's going to screw it up or something, but there was no hope. She was.
I got it, Saul. I have it saved, Solomon.
What's that?
Solomon had a beautiful question that he asked several minutes ago, but I was saving it. He said, this is for the entire panels, for all three of you. What do you do to avoid making improper interpretation of the law when streaming and discussing a trial? How do you check your personal bias and avoid misleading your audience?
Who said I did?
Okay, I will. I'll answer appropriately. Actually, Baker had a good stream about this earlier. We were talking about it. Having people with different opinions on your channel or just in your chat and discussing it is how I keep myself intellectually honest. And that's why I like having people that I don't necessarily agree with on the channel or in the chat, because it either tests my theory or makes me view something from a different point of view. And that's the only way you truly grow and can truly check yourself if you're honest with yourself, right? You can all lie to ourselves, but that's the best way that I find. So I like people with differing opinions in my chat or on my panel in real time, because it's a good way to really check yourself. Randy, go.
Jen says he's talking to you, Val.
Right. Honestly, I'm gonna just steal your spot, Brandi. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just try to keep it a clear, open mind. I try to think through it rationally, and I try to make sure I surround myself with smarter people than me when I'm talking about these things, right? That's why me and Dave stream. Me and Baker, unfortunately, yeah, he's smarter than me. I'll give him that. McKinley, right? I want to be the dumbest guy on panel when I'm on with doing law stuff. It makes it, I think, easier to sift through the silliness for me, anyway.
Brandi, would you like to answer that?
Sure. So a lot of as far as interpretation of the law stuff, we'll pull up the law and we'll read it. And again, because it's, it's 13 jurors. So we look at it and we try to go over it as, as jurors would, as they would be sitting there, reading it and interpreting it and kind of talking about it. As far as and I'll have attorneys and stuff on sometimes to kind of break stuff down, because obviously there are going to be things that we don't understand and things we don't know. Because some of the trials that I do, we watch as jurors where we go through the whole thing together. Some of them I'll do the deep dives on where, it's not as a juror, we know all the background information. The one I'm doing right now, I spent a ton of time going through and getting background information that obviously jurors don't know. As far as trying to put bias aside, I try. It's so hard sometimes to even if especially if I've already done a dive into a lot of stuff and have, strong thoughts about something, I'll try to play okay, well, we need to look at it like this and this and this, and we need to, think about this. And there's been multiple trials where I have gone through everything enough to where I've, I'm leaning one way or the other, or some of them, there's a couple of retrials and stuff where I've seen the information, already, and I know it's going to come. And so those are a little bit more because you already have more going in, but trying to say, okay, well, let's look at it like this, and, try to kind of play both sides and have everybody talking about it and trying to think critically about it and stuff like that. But even on those where I'm oh, he's innocent, this is stupid, or he's guilty, this is stupid, or whatever my personal thoughts might be.
I always approach a case the way I envision the system is supposed to be, the way the founders, I think, in my thought, envision the system to be, is that everyone is absolutely innocent as they sit there in that trial until the jury verdict comes back. They're innocent. And so unless the evidence convinces me beyond a reasonable doubt, I'll say they're innocent, and I'll believe that they're innocent and shouldn't be convicted. But I'll also try to assess it in a different way. I'm also a very natural contrarian. I like to be contrarian a lot. But I also try to approach it from I think, the woman that, the Good Samaritan that, ended up shooting the guy after the car accident. I was I don't think she should be found guilty, or I don't think she is guilty from a legal standpoint, but I think she's going to be found guilty. I absolutely think the jury's got to convict her.
Oh yeah, she was.
And try to, explain why, or maybe, that sort of thing. I don't know. I just try to be as fair as I can and look at it from different points of view. I also like to challenge people. So sometimes I'll jump on another stream, and even if I believe what the other panel members are saying, I'll challenge them to say, well, can you support your position? And because I just kind of have fun doing that. So I'll try to drag it out of someone else, but convince me that I'm wrong, kind of thing. Which I have a lot of fun with sometimes.
Tammy F says, David always answers my questions regarding a trial, which I appreciate big time.
Well, I'd like to answer questions.
Thank you, Tammy. We appreciate him too.
Yeah, he's all right.
Go, Brandi, go. Great job, P. Lola's mom said.
I'm making progress.
Yeah, how you doing? Let's see the progress of everyone. Oh yeah.
I'm getting there.
See how important it was to get those colors right once you start doing that?
Yes.
I was wondering because on Dave's finished one, I didn't see colors, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But now I
It's
see it.
It's on
behind,
the
and you
inside.
got to line up the colors just right so that you can get those things lined up. And
Yeah.
like I got a little bit less than where Brandy's at now. I realized I had to take it all apart and start over. So Brandy,
Yamaha.
what's your future plans for your channel? Like, what do you want to see, or where do you see yourself going?
I don't really have a ton of future plans for it, just because this is going to sound weird and people don't seem to understand this. But my brain is kind of screwed up. It is really hard for me to make future plans. Before I got sick, I was very much a planner. Everything in my life was very planned out. Even just like planning, daily stuff, planning vacations, planning what I was going to do, my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan. I've always been very like kind of OCD and everything very, very planned out. When I got sick, I have not been able to get myself back to the point where I am able to make plans again. It's almost like I have this mental block where I feel like if I make long-term plans, or even like just kind of semi-long, like semi-shortish long-term plans, that I'm going to jinx myself. And I thought I was going to die. So I have not been able to bring myself to plan anything. So I always just kind of wing it. I'll like decide one day, like, hey, I'm going to start doing this, or I'm going to start doing this. But I am not good at making plans. So when people have asked me before, like, where do you see this? And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll still be doing it. But I can't. I know that sounds so stupid, but
No, it doesn't.
I can't.
No.
Not stupid at all.
That's how Valhalla lives his life.
Pretty much, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Close.
But
Trauma does that to you, right?
Yeah, it's like I do everything kind of day by day. I mean, like I'll like, oh, there's this trial coming up this time, I can do that. But as far as like actually making plans, and like the thought of marriage makes my throat close up, because I can't imagine like that's a plan. That means for the rest of my life I'm supposed to be with that's a plan, and I can't commit to, like, I just, even stuff like that, like I can't.
I feel even more honored that you committed to this, like,
Right?
in a month in advance.
You don't even know.
Well, we certainly appreciate you, and everyone in the chat is loving you here. We're so happy you're here. People would like y'all to start to show what you're building again, please, your progress, all that. Because and name your poison here.
Yeah, go for it, Brandy.
This
I
is
could put it up full screen.
This is my oh wait, I gotta figure out my cameras. This is what I'm building, and this is where I'm getting there, y'all.
You really fast.
Coming along. Nice.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
All right, Valhalla, let's see what you got going on.
I am building, well, let me do the book first. The Mandalorian helmet from The Mandalorian. And we're getting there. Why am I
so attracted to these helmets? I don't know what's wrong.
They're really
They're
cool.
awesome. I have a couple
really
of them, and
okay.
I want a lot more.
I
am doing
the set,
the
obviously.
X-Wing, or it's the X-Wing, the TIE fighter. And I have, mine's ready to crash. I have one wing and a cockpit.
Thank you all.
As far as the trauma stuff goes,
Yeah.
are you very open about that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. The question that I was going to ask, if you were open, otherwise I was just going to change the subject. That's kind of similar to how I started in YouTube. I was going through some stuff and started kind of dealing with it through escaping into chat, right?
Yeah.
And I found this
Just count on your fingers or something. What was that?
I was reading the chat that Wendy
Talking to the
pointed to.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was trying to tell me to read it.
No, I was letting the people know that I'm starring their questions for later.
Got it.
Go ahead, Val. Sorry.
That was something that I found to be a really great release was to escape into this YouTube world and kind of, share I've got goats. I'm a goat farmer. So that's how I started, by sharing my goats with the world, right? And it's brought me to where I am now, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but here I am. Did you find that to be a similar journey for you, or a similar stress
Yeah.
reliever?
Yeah. I have been like I had cancer survivor in my bio, but I took it down recently when I've been going. Anyway, it's something that, like, once you've done it, once you've gone through it, it's something like my life will always be like pre-cancer and post-cancer. Like, it's become so much of a part of who you are, because there is so much permanent damage done to me, and my life will never be the same. So it's kind of like part of me. But I think the difference is, coming into chat, it's like, yeah, okay, this is something I went through, this is something I was, but I wasn't like the sick girl, I wasn't like, I was just Brandi. And that was so refreshing for me, because people, even though they knew that, like, this was something that I went through, and it was some, part of who, like, I was, a very important part of who I was, they didn't know all the details, and they knew me as Brandi, not as, a patient, or as, somebody who's going through all these things. And that was the first time I've had conversations with somebody who wasn't like, are you okay? How do you feel today? So it was like, I felt like I was myself talking again. And it was the first time in years I had felt that. And it was an escape from that.
I like it. We have similar origin stories.
Mm-hmm. Figure. And you have goats. I want to see the goats.
A lot of people are talking about the goats in chat right now.
He's gonna pull up one of his kids. He's got 9
They're
baby,
so
9
cute.
kids.
Brandi, they're adorable.
I love goats.
Yesterday, we actually let 6 of the 9 babies and their moms out with the rest of the herd for the first time. So they're doing well.
Aww.
We checked on them tonight. They're doing great. Everybody's getting along. Everybody's happy.
He's got baby ducks that he feeds the goats with.
I would love it if we could catch up on some starred questions. Evangeline Light, MLS, what is your take on the Chad Daybell attorney requesting dismissal and the judge's refusal of the request?
Was it a request for dismissal, or was it just a request to appoint new, or to release him and appoint new counsel? Because that's what I heard. To be honest, I don't want to answer the question, because I didn't hear about the request for dismissal. So I don't want to. I honestly, I just don't know. I heard that he requested that he be withdrawn from the case, which I thought was an interesting and probably appropriate motion, but I didn't hear about the other one. So I'm sorry, not able to comment.
Thank you, David.
Unless someone wants to give me more information, Brandi.
Yeah, if you have follow-up questions to our responses, let us know.
Brandi,
Melanie,
did you watch that at all?
I did not. I did not get Pullman time. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't, or of the papers and stuff, but I didn't get to like follow up on it, which, that's one of the ones that I'm of course going to have to, because that's how I started, like I said, but I haven't had a chance to catch up on it yet. I'm very behind on everything, because in the mornings I haven't been able to start my streams until later.
Not answering because he doesn't have all the facts. Interesting move. Well, I mean, I want to be fair and honest. I don't want to make something up. I don't even know what I'd be answering, because I didn't know that was a motion to dismiss. But most motions to dismiss, I will say, are procedural. Like, you have to bring them, or else you lose the opportunity at the appellate level. So it might have been just something, hey, I've got to do this by a certain timeline, so I'm going to bring a motion to dismiss just so it's presented.
David, did you finish?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, let's see.
There's my Lego.
That is so rude. You finished.
That's beautiful. I
This
love
was
it.
a lot. This is not a lot of pieces, though. This was 432 pieces. This is now.
I'm so mad right now.
This is just. not a
Brandi
lot.
is competitive. I love that.
I'm so pissed.
Wait,
I'm
here, let me just
leaving.
set it up so you can see it the whole time.
That's
It's just
really
sitting there
awesome.
behind me.
Jody has a question for Brandi. Oh, sorry, we're not going to do that one. My fault. Brandi, do you think Murdaugh should get a retrial?
Oh, did she just ask why I thought Zach was guilty and if I still think that now? Is that what that said?
She did, but we answered that earlier. David explained.
Well,
And
no,
if you, yeah.
I mean, if Brandi wants to talk about it, she can.
Oh,
I'll say this
100%.
because I know this is why a lot of people in this chat hate me. I will say this. This is, and I told y'all this before we started. So
Yeah.
I know chat didn't hear what I said. I have two different kinds of trials that I do. I do one that's like the deep dive, and then I do one that I watched it as a juror. This is one that I have said I didn't watch any of the pre-trial stuff. I didn't watch any of the interrogation stuff until yesterday when I watched your stream, which I did not chat in there, but I watched. I also watched chat. So, but that's okay. But that was one of those that I watched it like as if I'm a juror, not knowing anything else. And I, based on the evidence, and the thing that did it for me was the like the thing that pushed me over the edge of thinking like, okay, I think he, would be guilty of this, was the DNA in the back. And I know that you were saying before we came on that talking about the DNA expert
mischaracterized.
Okay, so there's a DNA expert out of Florida that saw that portion of the trial and actually filed a complaint against the governing body that governs those testers, because she says that the testimony was wholly misleading, improper, not based on science but based on opinion. And what she was testifying to, most importantly, is she was saying that it came from blood, which you cannot tell from the testing whether or not it's blood. You also cannot say like how it got there, how old it is, or anything like that. And it wasn't just the one speck, but it was all of the DNA testing. She found it to be incredible that a so-called DNA expert would testify that way. And so I actually interviewed her yesterday. I spent about an hour interviewing her as part of a documentary I'm doing on the Zachariah Anderson case. I know, and one of the things she said is that it's really important to get the DNA testimony correct because so many people rely on it. They say, if there's DNA, we're going to convict. And she said that DNA should be treated as only one piece to the puzzle. There needs to be corroborating evidence in addition to the DNA, because you cannot rely on it that way. It's not that type of thing, but it's been built up in media and some, more famous trials and CSI and things like that, that DNA is the be all end all when it's really not. And so I know a lot of people hung their hat on that DNA, and I know Recovery Addict did too. He was last week and I was in his chat and he mentioned that as well. But that's one of the things, like, I think we need to do a better job as in the legal field, in trials with the DNA, because I think there is a fundamental misunderstanding. And the fact that Brandi, as a layperson, as the jury sitting there watching this, thinking that, is really just an example of why we maybe make some changes.
I see the things that y'all say about me. Like I see it, and I've seen it in the other chats before. I watched a lot more than I chat, and I see it, but and that's okay. That's why I said, like, that's why there are 12 jurors instead of one. But I also keep in mind the people who
Jung says she doesn't see anyone attack. By the way, we have one rule in this chat, is that there's no personal attacks against anyone on the panel, except me. You can attack me all you want, because I kind of enjoy it.
just because we disagree doesn't mean we're attacking. It's intelligent debate is welcome here. Thank you all very much.
Most of my attacks come from Twitter, but
yeah, not here.
I see, like, keep in mind, like, okay, y'all have, this is something that y'all have talked about a lot. Y'all have talked about all this a lot. Correct. So think about the opinions and the stuff of a group that has gone over this so much and are very convinced in their stuff. This is one that I watched. I came to my opinions, gave my opinions, whatever, based on what I saw, and then moved on to another one. This is not one that I have gone over, all
it's
of
not part of her deep dive sections that she does.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Why am I missing?
Are you missing a piece?
It happens every time.
Did I do something? Wait, this is
No.
there.
you probably
Oh, this
didn't.
gets complicated with the
The
stems.
stalks. Yeah.
Yeah. You have fun with that.
David Jung wants to know, what does beyond a reasonable doubt mean?
You know, I'm actually going to do a stream on that. I asked Gosney, Steve Gosney. If you guys don't know Steve Gosney.
Oh, he yelled at me the other day about this term.
So I asked him for his graphics, because he has some great graphics on what a beyond a reasonable doubt is. And he finally shared them with me. Maybe I could pull them up and share them here.
He was really upset about that term. He said,
but
we shouldn't
it's-
be using
Jody,
it
thank
anymore.
you for answering,
But
by the way. Brandy, thank you for that.
and
Yeah.
I mean, what is supposed to be
I know it's the
is
elephant in the room.
reason,
you
right?
for that.
Beyond all reason. So if you could reason your way out of it, just like in your own mind, then there is reasonable doubt. If it's well, he could have done it, but he could have also not done it, then that's not reasonable doubt. It has to be beyond the reason. Now, if you're like, well, yeah, space aliens could have also come down, then we have a problem. But people like, our humans like to see numbers, right? And so that's why I asked Steve for this graph. And if you look at this graph, so 0% is like impossible. It's impossible that this person did it. The balance of probabilities or preponderance of the evidence is 50%.
Sorry.
What did you do?
I was
What the
trying to
heck?
make the screen, that thing bigger.
No, that's okay. So preponderance of the evidence is 50% plus. And so like 1 grain of wheat more towards the plaintiff side or the state side, you've got preponderance of the evidence. 75% is there, and then greater than 75% is kind of where you go with like clear and convincing evidence. And then proof beyond a reasonable doubt is like 85% or higher. And then you have absolute certainty. I always say it's like the hand of God coming down and telling you that sort of thing. But you're never going to get there, right? Because unless you're there, you don't know. So this is, all the way to the right here is kind of where proof beyond a reasonable doubt is, if you want to put it in sort of a percentage kind of thing. But I'm going to do a whole stream on that, because that's an important question a lot of people ask. That's how they teach it in law school anyways.
That's good.
Is Flux in the house? Hello, Flux.
There she
this
is.
the Flux? Did you guys hear that there is another Flux? There's a Flux from
Yes,
an alternate
a boy
universe.
Flux.
Boy Flux. That's
What?
Welsh from the UK. Yes.
Yeah.
Boy Flux jumped
He's
in
Welsh,
Flux's
I think.
chat this morning.
Yeah.
What an
It was
imposter.
crazy. Wait, no, this is
Imposter.
so funny. So we were like, imposter, how dare you? No, we were nice. But then Flux looked at his channel, and he's been Flux like much longer than her. So she totally gave him his props. And she's like, okay, y'all calm down.
Yeah, he's been
great.
Flux for 5 years, and Flux has only been Flux
Yeah.
for like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So,
By the
it's
way,
just awesome.
okay, thank you, Stray. Just dropped Flux's link. For those of you who are new to our channels here, to Val and David's channels, Flux is an amazing content creator who does a lot of really cool stuff. But on Saturday mornings, she does a Minecraft stream, and it's really fun. And if you super chat her for a negligible amount, she will build you a
monument.
monument. And it's really fun.
By the way,
Wendy a great library.
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, mine wasn't
That's
negligible, my amount that I.
if you guys don't know Brandi, and this is the first time you're talking to her, and you're interested about her channel is linked in my description as well. So you guys can go down there in the description and click over and check her out and give her a sub.
And if it's
And-
not in my description, it will be after this. I'm pretty sure it is, though. 'cause
I
you wrote
think
it,
I
right?
edited it, but I don't know if I did it the right way so that it did both of ours.
Okay,
So-
I'll double
And
check.
for those
after
of you
this.
who love the Lego streams, Flux was the guest our special guest star last week. So
She
you can go
was.
to Val or David's playlists to see last week's stream and see Flux build her Minecraft set. It was really cool.
Oh, I don't think we've mentioned again that this is streaming. This is in fact streaming on both of our channels. I
Yes,
don't
it
know
is.
if we've been
Yes.
clear about that. We've been bad about this lately. We've been
We have.
forgetting to mention this.
Valhalla's link to his channel is streamed or is pinned at the top of my chat. So you guys
And
can go
likewise,
there.
Dave's is at the top of mine.
And we don't have like battles like when I stream with Nick Staroff.
No.
So Brandi, do you stream with someone regularly, or are you usually just by yourself?
I'm usually by myself. have people coming on sometimes, and like I love having people jump on or having interviews and stuff like that. Okay, I don't like the stems.
Even help her.
I'm not looking at the directions. I got to go grab them.
Oh.
Which I think they're in my treehouse right now.
And the mods are dropping Brandi's links. So for all of you who are not currently subscribed to Brandi, please go subscribe to her channel.
We're still growing. We're still growing.
You have a big
you have
channel.
a lot more than I do.
Right? How many subscribers do you have?
Let me look.
It's like
pretty significant.
40 million.
Not. I wish we're getting really close. Oh, we're 75 away from 15K.
Nice.
That's
So
amazing.
cool.
Congratulations.
75 more.
I have to ask you, where's your avatar picture? Where's that come from? You with your blue jean jacket? Your avatar picture.
What?
Where is it? What is
your the picture of you on your channel? You've got like a blue jean jacket on or whatever, and you just look very happy.
Oh, you know what? Funny story. I was drunk in a bathroom. That's at a strip club bathroom in Ohio.
Yes.
Male or female? That's the question.
Female. Yeah, that was like my first time going out after one of my major surgeries. I've been in bed for like, I don't even like 3 or 4 months or whatever. And my friend took me out, and I was only able to stay out for like maybe like I may have made it to 2 hours, but like 30 minutes of that was drunk in the bathroom, like telling this stripper how beautiful she was and and how she had like the best skin. And I bet she has, like the best handbag collection. I don't know why. I'm not even into handbags, but apparently, yeah, but I had not drank anything in almost 2 years. And then all of a sudden, like, we're going, like, it's like, oh, we finally get to, like, go celebrate that, whatever. And I think like 3 drinks, and I was trashed because I hadn't drank anything in so long. And I think I made it to 2 hours, and my friends were like, okay, maybe we overdid it a little bit.
I love it.
So I have to ask you, are you a friend of Flux?
Am I a friend of Flux?
Are you a friend of Flux? Like they used to ask if you were a friend of Ellen. Flux has a Mrs. Flux.
Friend of
you
Ellen.
went.
I think he's trying to ask.
I get it.
What team you hit for?
Wow, that took so much effort.
David,
brain power.
Question.
I had no idea what you meant. I was like, I mean, we can be friends. I'm friends with everybody.
Well, I love Flux.
I I'm friend of nobody right now. I have been married twice. And like,
hey, you're almost at Wendy's level.
It's just not for me.
You gotta rush it. You gotta keep it.
Hey, Kurt, welcome to the chat.
Welcome,
it's not for me. I was my first husband and I, like, we got married just because like we had been together for like so long, and we were like, okay, this is like, I guess what we're supposed to do, and we were together for about a decade, and it was just kind of like we were mostly like just friends more than anything. It was kind of like we didn't even sleep in the same room and stuff, and then we were finally like, I don't think this is what this is supposed to be like. So we split up, but I mean, we're still friends. Like, he and I still talk and stuff, like we're still friends. And then my second marriage, I was like, okay, well, I'll just do the opposite of that, and I'll just go strictly off passion. And that man,
it was fun for about a week, right?
See, okay. So my thing is so I've been married twice, and I've dated around a bit. And out of all the experience, I feel like my current wife is the best one because we were friends first.
That is good. That's a big benefit.
You kind of always.
You said the last one was better. Right? That'd be a problem. So
no, but we were. I think I like finally figured it out. Like, we were friends first, and we still like being friends, and we're really in reality probably only friends we have are each other. I'm not a people person. This is the most peopling I do is on YouTube. But so we were friends first, and just whatever, and then it kind of grew from there. And I think that makes it a better relationship than any of the other ones I've had in the past.
I would 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah.
Nice CM Shannon.
Yeah, you too, Valhalla, right? You were friends with your wife first, right?
Briefly, very briefly. Me and Mrs. Valhalla, we essentially met and like were inseparable from that point on.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
she came
good.
in. She came into the bar that I was working at as a waitress. She got a job as a waitress, which she was not a good waitress when she first got that job, y'all. She was
Pretty,
not
she's
good at
pretty.
the
She
job.
doesn't have to be good at being a waitress.
Well, you'd think so, but it turns out you actually need to be able to do a little bit to be a waitress. But we met, and the second she walked in the bar, I was like, oh dang, that's where I'm gonna be from now on.
Aw.
And that's just kind of how it happened.
My
That's really
ex-wife
sweet.
manifested my current marriage. That's all I gotta say.
Nice.
My ex-wife accused me and my current wife of having an affair when we weren't. We didn't even say. We had said like 10 sentences to each other at that point. She was a membership director at a club that I belonged to, and but she started spreading the rumor, and that's what got us talking about anything other than, hey, you know, what are my dues and how much do I owe?
I do recall this story now.
Yeah,
Actually.
and so then we started talking about that, and then I ran into her a few years after the divorce, and we were talking about that again, and that's what got us talking. So so she manifested it.
Aw.
She did
Always
you a
see-
solid in
John-
the end.
John H 2004 says, "My wife is my best friend." Oh,
That's his wife on his account right there. I'm just saying that. I'm just joking.
Nice.
She's like, hack him. Just joking.
I think
That's
your spouse
funny.
should be your best friend. I mean, that should be
yeah.
the person that you want to go hang out with. You should be excited to come home and
Oh yeah.
stuff, so
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
I've never had that. Like I'm
Aw.
more like, I'm more like, hey, let's do a girls trip, or let's, have a family vacation. And then like I'll just tell him like, hey, feed the dogs, I'll be back. Like I literally would like I don't think marriage is cut out. Like I'm not, it's not my thing. I don't think, it's just not gonna be for everybody. And I don't think it's for me.
you also don't have to be married to have a successful relationship, right? Oh, controversial.
says Wendy that's been married 10 times.
You know what? I believe in love. I'm a romantic, and I'm.
There's a
I love love.
God, I can't remember what the name of the show is, but anyway, so this guy is confronting his father that's always cheating on his wife, and he's like, I've never met a woman I didn't fall in love with. That's Wendy.
And civil law
I've never
wants a
met
wife.
Oh yeah. Well, you gotta just become friends with somebody. That's my thought. But
See,
it's
I
easier
dated
said
No
than done
woman
sometimes.
ever. By the way, women don't want to put the minute we put a guy in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Done.
Mm.
I've dated one person since my divorce, and it was literally my best relationship I've ever had.
Aw.
But it ended because he wanted to get married, and I can't do it. I just don't want
She
to do it.
said no.
Yeah, it's not my
Do we
thing.
have
I
more
mean,
start
did you try
questions?
no thank you?
I told him, I was like, I can date you exclusively for the rest of my life. I don't want to but from your house, you
we
I
can
think
stay in
that
a relationship. We'll just keep the status at your house. That's
come over
Oh, that's funny.
whenever. I mean, not whenever. Like you need to call and I need
Yeah,
to
like you
approve it,
can't
but-
have a key, but
right. But we dated for about 2 years before I gave him a drawer.
I'm just
Brandi, you really
looking
do
at
have
some of the
commitment
star
problems.
chats, and I see Brandon in here
yeah,
with
please
199.
do, David. Thank
Dave,
you.
why do you like men, and how do you hide it? Well, I like the strength in their hands and their arms mostly, and I
me
hide it
too.
by having a wife that's stronger than me.
That's awesome, David. His wife has horses and can sail boats. Like she's legit strong. She's
Oh, that's awesome.
amazing.
She kicked his ass in a half marathon a couple of months ago.
Did, and if you're a member of my channel, you can watch the horrible attempt I made in a half marathon back.
It
in
was
the-
great. It was great.
Why? What was the reason to forego opening statements? For a defense can often forego opening statements, and there's usually some strategy to that because, again, you kind of don't want to reveal your hand necessarily. You don't want to tip off the prosecutor as to what your actual theory of the case is or what your approach is going to be to the case. So you're just like, all right, let's let the state go and with their little direction and what they think our defense is, and we were not going to tip them off. and then they present their case, and then when it's your case in chief, you give your opening statement and you go a completely different direction. That's usually when the defense would defer, but I don't know why the state would defer an opening statement. If it's in front of a jury, I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, in Connecticut, they said that they don't do opening statements. So neither of them did opening statements.
That's so weird.
At all. And we were all like, isn't that crazy? I thought that was
super
crazy.
weird.
I was like, it's like going to see a movie without seeing the trailer first. Like if you don't have an idea of what you're, about to listen to, it's just
it's a roadmap. It's an outline. Think of when when you were in school and you would get a syllabus, and it sort of outlines the material that you're going to learn in that class. It's not all the details, it's not all the material, but it gives you an outline and that you can follow along with. And that's what the opening statement is supposed to be for. Otherwise, the jury's going to be completely lost and they have no idea how to connect this real detailed bits of information that's coming into them through their the testimony and the evidence. And it's a horrible way to run a trial, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Where did Chart Lady originate?
The Murdaugh chart. Because I made the Alex Murdaugh chart with like just all of the times and all of the data like charted out, because there were so many different data points, and I charted everything out and then organized it into like sections. So I was like, okay, all of these calls were like, so he was here doing this, and then like here's the drive home and what happened on that. So it made it like more easily readable. I went to school for psychology, and one of my favorite classes was the psychology behind data visualization. So like taking a bunch of data and making it a way that's digestible for just regular people to, visual people to be able to see.
Well, that's the beauty of demonstrative evidence. And demonstrative evidence can be really helpful in an opening statement, for example, when you want to give somebody a pathway to follow. So that's good. I like that. I wish I had the ability to do that during some of my live streams. I try to, in my Discord, for members, try to break out more information, but I just have a hard time doing it.
People
now,
are talking
I want you, Wendy, by the way, feel free to continue to star questions.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
I'll do that.
Because I'll just go through them. But I have, so here's my unsupported opinion on Murdaugh. And I want to know what you think, Brandi.
Okay.
I think Alec was involved in the drug organizations, most likely laundering money. That's what the whole financial stuff was about. And he got in trouble with the cartels because he lost a bunch of money. They sent him a message by murdering his wife and son in front of him. That's why he has such a hard time with the cell phone data in the timeline. He didn't do it, but he was there to witness it. And his the only remaining asset or whatever he has is his older son. And so he's not ratting out on them because he knows that his older son is then a target. That's my theory. What do you think?
My issue with that theory is the guns that were used being matched to, and I know, look, I get that, like, they can't say like 100% this is this and this is this, but it happens to be like the two guns that they're missing and the shells, like whatever. It looks like these are the two guns that they had, that they no longer have. And that part is hard for me, like to use the two different guns that they already had. And I think he did it. It's no secret. Like, I think he did it. I believe that it was him. I believe that it wasn't anybody else. That's my own personal theory. But I don't think that it was anybody else that did it in front of him. I feel like if it was,
I have a hard time with the motive. I have a hard time with a financial crimes coming unraveled. So I unalive my wife and son that I otherwise seemingly adore.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's my biggest thing.
But I think it was probably his actions that led to the result that happened. Yeah. If that makes sense. I think Dave's probably on the right path. I think he was probably involved with some kind of money laundering or political easing of the tracks, so to speak.
He might have been the cause in fact, but not the proximate causation.
That's my belief, yeah.
Wendy, big eye pictures behind you. What are they?
I on the very first stream the second stream I did with David, I did that interview with David, if you all remember. And I had this really cool background because I was at my other house. I had people were asking me what this big painting I had was there. And it's an artist called La Petite Melissa. She's on Instagram, La Petite Melissa. She's on Instagram and she's also on Etsy. And she's an artist from California because I only buy California art because I support my people. And she went to CCAC, which is an art college in Oakland, and I collect her art. This is a print, but when I could afford it, like when I graduated from college and got a job, I bought her original art. But these are some prints, so I've had these for years, and I love her. She's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's
really
got
cool.
Like
This
a sugar skull thing to it that I like.
And I have a bunch of these, and I'm going to put them in the nursery, and I just love them. And some of them have like little teddy bears in them.
Treehouse trial and the video testimony of Paula. The video testimony of Paula was the woman from the hospital.
Well, she's the eyewitness. She's the victim of that case, and she's there. I understand she's got a lot of health issues, but once you heard her start talking, I understood why the defendant wanted to go to trial and did not want to take a plea, because she's adamant that it was not him that attacked her. And so I'm like, if you got the victim saying it absolutely was not this guy that I know his voice and it was not him, despite the person being in a mask, that was amazing. Now the trial is a giant shit show.
The whole thing's a shit show.
Her, but I thought the victim's testimony, if the jury was actually able to hear what she was saying, was amazing. Brandi, are you covering that at all?
I was working on my leave.
The Treehouse murder case. Do you know anything about the Treehouse murder case that's going on right now?
No, I have not watched that one at all.
It's a wild case. He's improper, but I honestly don't think he did it. If the victim herself is saying it wasn't him.
Well, I think the jury heard her say it, and no matter what happens now, I don't think he's getting convicted. No matter what they say across.
Wendy, we missed a new member. Is this mine or Valhalla's new member? Oh, it's my member. Hey,
Sure. Hi, Regina.
If you are a new member, click my member.
I showed her earlier, by the way. I just didn't say
it.
that.
Okay.
But tell all the new people.
Yeah, so if you're a new member, click the member tab on my YouTube channel. It'll take you to a link to my Discord where I have all of my member content. Once you jump in there, you'll be placed into the waiting room, and you tag Jung Min, and she will just verify your YouTube name, because sometimes people have different Discord YouTube names, and then she'll let you into all of it. And we have a ton of documents on all the cases that we cover. We'll also have channels dedicated to Flux or Valhalla or Broken Baker, Nick Starov, other YouTubers that stream with me quite regularly. You'll be able to chit chat with them, and you get live alerts and all that good stuff. And
Jung says, "That's me, folks."
Yes. When's the last time Brandi made a chart?
Oh, all the time. I have a bunch of them that I made for the Michelle Draconis trial that I'm doing now. I made a shit ton of them for Karen Reed.
Karen Reed, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think of that case?
I think there's so much corruption.
Much corruption.
You know, there is no oh God, coffin dapper. There is no possible way that anybody
can we do a joint attack on her on Twitter, like you and me? We'll just tag team. We'll respond to every single one of her ridiculous tweets.
I can't. She blocked me, but I've done been blocked. She is the only person to this. I mean, as of now, she is the only person that I have cussed out on the internet. Ooh. The only person. She pushed me. What my problem was
about every other stream.
She's the only one that I've cussed out, and I mean I was like, let me tell you one damn thing. Like I was pissed. Oh yeah. Gosh, coffin dapper.
Oh God, everything she says is bad. She said something today about the releasing of the fact that the state withdrew their objection to the releasing of the U.S. Attorney General's letters.
The letters, yeah.
And I read the first line and I was like, oh, maybe she's being reasonable. And then I clicked to expand the tweet, and it was like, oh no, she's still just throwing crap out there. She was just like, they got nothing to hide because she's guilty. And then I was like, oh my God, okay, lady, whatever. I was about to actually respond to show you that I'm fair in my criticisms because you got this one right. This is a good thing. But then you just went off the deep end again. 2 Legos down, and we are here to support Brandi till the end.
Are you almost done? You assholes. I am still like
Yes, second person she's cussed out on the internet. Yes.
Congratulations.
Don't block her, Val. Don't block her.
I would never. I've never blocked anybody in my entire life.
Val would never.
That's not what
Val,
I do.
that's beautiful. I love it.
I love this thing. This thing's so cool. And you can't really tell on the camera, but these are like metallic, so they're shiny.
They're very cool.
It's very neat.
I love it.
Done.
We do this every couple of weeks, Brandi. This is not our first
I
rodeo.
should have been training. I should have been
training.
Brandi should have worked out first.
So Brandi, a secret that Valhalla. Well, so I have built Legos like every year since I've been 10. I still build Legos.
That'll be
in my
like
free time.
Chantal.
But Valhalla's secret is that he builds the same Lego over and over and over again. So he knows he could build it in his sleep without the directions.
Yeah, I haven't had directions to the last 3 sets. I've just got it all memorized piece by piece.
I am legit pissed off right now.
You're being such a good sport, though, Brandi. We appreciate that.
Oh, that's definitely going in the new opening.
That's funny. Oh, that's good.
Solomon Anderson. So this is Zachariah's brother. He wants to know if any of the discussions, coverages, or clarifications on the evidence regarding Wisconsin v. Zachariah Anderson has changed your opinion, and if so, what was the most compelling?
The only thing that I've seen since then has been I watched most of your stream last night. Like I haven't watched a lot of the other stuff, and you
and there wasn't really a whole lot in there that would really go towards the weight of the evidence or anything.
No,
like
it was the interrogation video. So
I'm going to direct your attention, Brandi, if you do have any downtime, that there's a podcast called Wrongful. I think they have 6 episodes. It may or may not feature yours truly, but and a couple of things, anyways. But if you want sort of and although members of my chat are the producers behind it, I feel like it is a fairly fair and balanced overview of the case. And so if someone could put a link to Wrongful in the chat, you can get it on YouTube. You can watch it on, they have a website. They have Apple Podcasts. They're all over the place. Spotify. Each episode it's less than an hour each episode. They're not that long.
They're not that long.
And so it's a good way that you could kind of get caught up on at least some of the basic overviews of the case that might be interesting for
Brandi,
you
I highly
or anyone
recommend
else.
that one. The Wrongful podcast.
Like I'm always down to listen and open because, like I said,
We
that
would love
one,
that so much.
that one wasn't one of my deep dives. And if there's stuff that I haven't seen, and because y'all said that there's corruption in that one too, and I wouldn't know that. I haven't seen any of that, so I mean, I'm always down to hear other things and keep an open mind.
Gravely, the prosecutor in that case made himself a witness and then refused to recuse himself.
Yeah, that's
he,
a big
he
problem.
met with a witness at Rosalio's apartment building, and all of a sudden changed her story changed, and she was never in fact there. She was at the wrong building all of a sudden after that. There's so much wrong with that case, Brandi.
One of the other things too that you don't really know just by watching the trial is the fact that the victim, Rosalio Gutierrez, actually worked for the court system, and all the judges but Schroeder had to recuse themselves because they were too intimately entwined with the victim. Despite change of venue requests and things like that, I feel like a change of venue would have been appropriate.
Also, that was the second trial. He caused the mistrial the first time because he withheld evidence. Gravely did.
I heard that there was a mistrial. I did not see anything about why or anything like that. But
it was because of that. So Rosalio Gutierrez had a Facebook girlfriend that he was meeting up with the night that he supposedly disappeared, and she had gone to his house and or to his apartment, whatever, that night. Well, her story changed after she and Gravely, the elected DA, the one that tried the case, met up, just him and her at that apartment. Then all of a sudden her testimony changed that, oh no, she went to the wrong apartment that night. She wasn't actually at Rosalio's, and so her testimony changed, and that's what caused the first mistrial, and that's why he actually became a witness in the case itself. He was removed from the courtroom for part of the testimony,
Which is
and things
just
like that.
insane.
But,
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of things wrong with the way that prosecution went down. Jung wants to know, has
jail
anyone
snitch.
actually been a juror?
No.
Mm-mm.
I got
I've
a
been a
summons. I got a summons once, and then I moved out of state instead.
I'm on the list to become a federal juror, which I'm really hoping I get
Ooh.
called. I
You gotta
live
get,
really
like,
close
some
to Sacramento.
deportation case or something.
I hope it's not an Epstein situation.
I don't care what it is. I'm so excited because I feel like I would be an amazing
Hey,
juror.
Scott. How
Which,
you doing, buddy?
you know,
I've
would
been a
love-
juror, and before I was in law school, I was just in college.
Excuse me for a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I had gone against the crowd. I didn't think the guy should have been stopped in the first place, mainly because I'm like, this guy was just walking through a hotel parking lot. It could have been me with a broken down car. Why is the cop harassing him? So I liked serving as a juror. I'll never do it again. I'll never get selected because I'm an attorney. They don't like to put attorneys on jurors
Right.
because then
Heard
we end
that.
up being like a jury of one because everyone will turn to us. With a 1 month member chat, how can I see the rest of the Zach
Yeah,
stream?
a lot of people were asking about that earlier.
So let me
David.
say this. So I attempted to edit. I did it very poorly.
You didn't do it
Zach's
poorly.
daughter's name as well as some other sensitive information. I got the sensitive information out, but there was like 4 or 5 drops of her name. And so I told Solomon that I would make it private. I would edit that out, and then I'd repost it as a premiere. And then the uninterrupted raw video that you guys can just watch.
Right.
I'm going to post again too. I just actually, before the stream started, sent it over to Solomon as an extra set of ears on this to make sure I got all the things properly redacted, and then I'll post it again. So I was going to try to do it before this stream. I just didn't get time, but I have hopes if Solomon's able to watch through it and give me the go ahead, then I'll be able to post it maybe tomorrow or something. If Murdaugh had not testified, would you have had a different opinion, Brandi?
I don't think so. I think that knowing that he was at the kennels and had lied about it was a big deal for me. I think that it's hard to say for sure, but I don't think that it would have changed my mind.
Okay. Fair enough. I think for me, despite the fact that he testified, I don't think there was enough to tie him to the murder. He's a bad guy. He did all those financial crimes. I just rationally can't get my head around the motive that the state was pushing. It just doesn't make sense to me. MLS, how come Michigan allows such high cost for court documents? Is there a way around it? 8 pages emailed to me, $1 per page. So Michigan is very much a home rule state, which means that the majority of things such as elections, courts, and all that stuff are controlled at the county level. So they set their own prices. And when the county has a budget and the court is, operating within a budget, they see making copies for people as a moneymaker. I know I request a lot of documents on the Crumley case, which is Oakland County, which is where I reside. And I got an email request them, and it's like $1 a page. It's ridiculous. So it just is what it is. They set their own prices. Pay more in taxes, but then you're talking about the government, and they're not going to give that price. Let's see. Solomon, I absolutely, until this point, have thought that Zach was guilty. However, the way you approach this and disagreement has made me want to go back and revisit the facts. Thank you. I will say this. If you want to watch a coverage of the Zachariah Anderson trial without commentary, if you just want to watch it, Veal Hammer Media put together, he remastered the audio. There was a lot of audio issues with the trial, or at least there were some. He remastered the audio. He has a whole playlist dedicated to it. He also clipped out a lot of the downtimes and things like that when everyone's just standing around waiting for the jury to come in and out. And so it's a condensed version without, cutting out anything that's really necessary for the trial. So if someone could put a link to Vealhammer's chat or channel, that would be great.
And can I piggyback on that last comment, David? Would you mind bringing that back up? Sorry. I would be remiss if I didn't say something about that. We appreciate anybody who's willing to at least hear, like if you've already been convinced that someone's guilty, I don't know how much convincing we can do. However, we as a collective group, those of us who do believe that Zachariah did not receive a fair trial, we would hope at least just please listen to the Wrongful podcast, rewatch the trial if you can with a different mindset, maybe not with the long crime mindset.
I think Andrew Branca is going to be restreaming it in March, and I think actually Valhalla.
Also, David has a playlist with with the trial.
Yeah, but you got me talking. If you just want to watch it without commentary, that's what I was saying, Vealhammer, or you can watch it on my playlist. That's fine. It was my first live stream trial. It was fun.
It was amazing. But anyway, we would just really appreciate people rewatching with a different mindset. And also, look at some other things that that the mainstream media was doing on purpose. And now that you're all more well educated, you can look at it with a different viewpoint. All we ask is that you try and see it from a different perspective. That's all.
Yeah. Wendy, you are right regarding court reporters and stuff, but when you're just asking for copies of like motions, you don't need a court reporter. You literally it's not even throwing it in a copy machine anymore. It's literally just sending a PDF, and they keep charging $1 for it. So it's silly. So how goes your build there, Brandi? You want to show us your update?
Oh, Brandi, you looking good.
I'm so mad that y'all are done. So mad.
You want me to disassemble my plant and build it with you?
Yes.
That would be awesome, David.
So the flowers are tedious. You're almost to the flower.
I thought that would be the easy part. I was so excited. The stems are the worst. I was breezing through until I got to the stems, and then no, everything.
She really is working hard on her Lego.
I will say this: don't make it. You don't have to worry about making it look exactly like some of these things are probably in the wrong position. It's like it's not turned the exact position that it's supposed to be. Oh well, it looks like a flower. They should all look different anyways.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing because I've flipped like 3 little pieces over there, so we're just gonna
you'll be fine.
Just gonna go with it. It'll be fine.
No. Is Brandon trying to get rid of pets? He mentioned cats and dogs earlier, and so
I feel like I saw that he had a sick dog or something. I hope he's okay.
So 69% of people are dogs and 30% are cats. I didn't give any context. I just said cat or dog.
What? Yeah, you should have put no pet people. I'm a no pet person.
How are you a no pet person?
Lucy, cover your ears.
Right?
Cover your ears.
I have so many pets, Wendy. I have so many pets.
Well, you have a farm.
Your pets are all outside, Val. That doesn't count.
I guess I have chickens and horses too.
There's 2 turtles.
Oh, he's got his turtles inside.
Yeah, 2 dogs. I've got a snake.
Oh, go get a kid.
I was just out there. It's so cold.
They want to be inside. It's warmer inside.
Yeah, well.
David, you told me the horses were fine outside. How come the goats aren't fine?
Okay, can you real quick for my people? Not like he's going to go get his kids that he left outside. It like a kid, as in. I just want to qualify that, so you don't get swatted on air.
For those that don't know, I have a small goat farm, so my kids are baby goats. We had 11 born the week of Christmas, and 2 didn't make it. We're down to 9, but that's just how baby goats go. But
funny. There was a family law judge I was watching the other day, and someone mentioned, well, my kid's this, my kid's that. She's like, do you have baby goats? Don't call them your kids. Children. They are children. Kids are baby goats. So that was fun.
I call my kid the kid. I say my kid.
Me too. I call my kids kid.
I don't like saying his name. I slip up and do sometimes, but I don't like saying his name.
Right.
But he's 20, he'll be 21 this year. So it's like, I can't really say like my child, my baby, because he gets mad. So I call him the kid. But
the offspring.
Well, I have kids that range from like really, really old to really, really young. So if I say kid, nobody knows how old I am.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that is old.
It's
we
like 12.
figured
said
out
this is my
yesterday
younger
that
brother.
Solomon Anderson's oldest child is older than
20.
Valhalla's wife.
That's not true. That's not
Stop
true.
it, David. He is not.
However, she was 20 when we met, so that's
There you go.
close. It's got some ring of truth to it.
gosh.
Does
That's
everyone
my
here
favorite.
know that Dave often streams from a treehouse, folks? Yes,
He
I
does.
stream from a treehouse most of the time. It's been like negative degrees. It's only 14 out right now, and so I've moved into my Star Wars room for the next couple of weeks.
Wait, is that why you said people call you like a homeless internet
Uh-huh.
lawyer or something?
Yeah, yeah, 'cause it's treehouse, yeah. Yeah, that's
They
what I
home
was calling
shaming
it.
you because you have a treehouse.
I
Yeah,
do
I have
have
a treehouse
two ducks
above
in
the
the house
chicken
right
coop.
now too.
What's that?
I do have two ducks in the house as
True,
well.
true,
It's
true.
Back to the pet thing. There's two ducks in my bathtub right now.
Aw.
They're babies. They were born
Wait,
at the
did we
wrong
miss
time
a
of
super?
year.
Oh, wait. Val's
Yeah.
ducks are named Mai and Kinley.
And
That's true.
McKinley.
Didn't we
So
name
what's-
them yesterday? I think.
Yes, we named them yesterday, Mai and Kinley.
I love aging Wendy. I was joking.
What? Okay, so Brandi, so you're covering this trial that's going to go like 27 weeks. Do you have a trial? Are you going to cover the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be retired by the end of it, but yeah. Actually, it should be ending about the time Karen Reed starts.
Okay.
Nice.
right.
Have you been paying attention to the Turtle Boy situation involved with Karen Reed?
A little bit. I haven't read his documents or anything like that. So, but
I wasn't covering Karen Reed. Another streamer that I stream with, the Broken Baker, has been covering a lot of Karen Reed. But when I heard that a YouTuber was arrested for witness intimidation and for protesting a court, I was like, oh, I'm going to dive into that one. So I've been diving into the Turtle Boy situation, which is highly suspicious as well.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll say this, like I said in my podcast, I have a podcast about the Karen Reed stuff. It's like a deep dive, like deep dive, like hours and hours and hours and hours of research. And Coffin Daffer says it's terrible, but Coffin Daffer also says she's never listened to it and she's never heard of me.
Well,
I was like,
that was you would say it's horrible, but no, I haven't watched it.
yeah, no, never heard of her, haven't watched it, but it's terrible. But I will tell you, I was like, oh, Coffin Daffer hates it, so it must be good, like that's one of the things. Like if she hates it, then that's like more of a a
Kind of like a badge of honor, right?
Yeah, for real.
So what's the worst thing about being a YouTuber?
The
people?
the vitriol, yeah, like the hate, like the group that I have attacking me right now, like that. It just the amount of meanness, just hatred, is astounding to me. Like I can be sassy, I can be snarky. I can probably be bitchy, but the level of just hate is the worst part. Like, because when people are behind a keyboard and they can say whatever they want to say, they don't have to take any responsibility for their actions.
Okay, I might change my mind about a pet. That's adorable. They're so
This
big
is one
now.
of the ducks. Yeah, they're huge.
Aww.
They get big so quick. All right.
It doesn't even look like it was a baby.
No, they grow. I think they're 3 weeks old now. They're starting to get their little pin feathers in their tail.
The
Aw.
ugly duckling face.
Yeah, this is when they start getting in their ugly stage
Oh, it's
until
still
they
cute.
feather out. Can you hear the
So
other one?
cute.
They're talking.
Yeah.
back
Kathy
and
Trout says she looks like you, Val.
forth.
Val is hecka cute.
I started chat. Let me find it here real quick.
All right, I'm gonna go put it back. I just wanted to show you.
Oh, sweet baby. Are you going to show us your puppy, Brandi?
Oh yeah. Come,
Or
oh,
is she asleep? She's asleep.
She's right here. She's like,
I mean, your followers know her very well.
this is Lucy. Say hi, big girl.
Oh, sweet girl.
Oh, in the hair. What's the girl?
Keep her away from the ducks. She's
She's like-
adorable.
She's like, what are these? Are these edible? No, these are Legos. These are not what you eat, babe. Say hi.
She's
Say
cute.
hi.
Hi, baby.
Oh, I know. You're such a good girl.
Oh, see, I got big dogs. I can't do the little dog things.
She is my first little dog. I've always
Really?
had I've had German Shepherds. I've had Great Danes. Most of them have been like big old, farm dog mutts, but I've had huge dogs, and she's my first little one. But she don't know she's little. She thinks that I tell her nobody's scared of her because she got a little ponytail. I was like, nobody's scared of pigtails, little honey, but she thinks she's
The
a
little
good
ones
woman.
can be more vicious a lot of the times.
I mean, I might get a dog if I could dress it up and carry it in my like Louis Vuitton bag or something.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
there's-
I totally put her in my purse. and
Paris
take her
Hilton
with
is
me.
so 2004, Wendy. Come on. All right, so tell Brandi about Excited Utterances, hearsay for day stream. So if you don't know Excited Utterance, she's a YouTuber that, well, you know her. We talked about her.
Yeah,
she's
she was in the chat earlier.
So on Sunday, she has a hearsay for days stream where she literally goes through and pulls out tweets, and we all laugh about them and read them. And a lot of them is EB, that civil attorney from Murdaugh, and just a bunch of other people. They call her Coffin Liquor on that show, but we'll pull up some of her stuff too. And it's a fun stream on Sunday afternoons. I forget what time she usually does it. I think is it 3 or 4 o'clock? But that's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Hearsay for
We posted
days.
her playlist, straight posted.
Yeah, there we go.
By the way, extra amazing shout out to the mods tonight. Thank you all very much. You've been super amazing.
Our mods are always super amazing over here.
Yeah, but I don't feel like we thank them enough.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% correct. Our mods are amazing. I get you.
All right, so this is for you to read, Wendy.
Merce Turp, thank you for the $20 super chat. Wendy H fan club fee. Kudos to Brandi for having the guts to Lego on a live stream and put up with David. Val, you're a doll.
Thanks,
You're
Murph.
the best.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
See, I get no love from my chat, and I love it. you don't like that. You don't like the hate stuff. I love it. I bathe in it. It's awesome. So I sued my governor in 2020.
And he wonders why no one likes him.
And I started getting like hate mail and phone calls and stuff, and I absolutely love. I have some hate mail on my refrigerator. I keep it. It's so fun.
Bro, it was a Christmas card. It wasn't hate mail. It was just a Christmas card.
I got a voicemail on my phone that I'm saving.
You during streams, David.
I don't know who this guy is or why he called me. I don't know if it's connected with like a case I'm working on or YouTube or whatever, but I love it. I save all that stuff. It's the most fun. The hate is Dave's love language. It really is. It really is.
Sure.
I just enjoy it. And you can also like monetize it. So you've got that that guy who claims to be a reporter on the Karen Reed case that sits in there and tweets about everything that's going on, and he always gets it wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll make a video and I'll post it, and then I'll tag him on Twitter, and it gets so many views because he's like, "No, you're wrong," and when you said this and that, and at times he's clipped me and put my stuff out on Twitter. And so then I just put a link to the full video or to like a longer clip that gives context, and it gets so many views. I absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys are trolling me, just know I kind of enjoy it, and I monetize it. So
he
I
loves
appreciate it a lot. And when they attack me in the comments on my channel, on my videos and stuff, and they say I'm wrong, I will usually respond. Just so you guys know, I'm giving away my secrets. I'll respond in a way to generate you to respond again and get your little followers to keep chatting, because it brings me up in the algorithm. So I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, no, I do. If we could get an argument between 3 or 4 different people in my comments below a video, it pops that video way up in the algorithm, and I'll get so many more views. So I absolutely love it.
See, the majority of my like stuff, it all stems from the same few groups, and it's pretty much all on Twitter. Like they'll migrate to other stuff sometimes, but most of mine's Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing. So like you get the hate on Twitter, but then you create a short, and then you tag them in a response to that, and it makes them go. You don't post the video on Twitter, you post it on YouTube, but you tag the link, and then it makes them go and watch your stream, and they see like it's only a minute long. They'll watch the whole thing.
Oh, that's
And
a good idea.
you know, that's what I do. It's been working really well. So if you see a bunch of short little videos and things that are just like one-offs, that's why I'm doing it. I'm creating something to tag a troll on Twitter with and have them come back to my videos.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And most people do it for money. Dave does it for the thrill.
I do it, yeah, really just for the thrill.
I'm doing this whole thing wrong. I need to start picking fights with everybody. That's what I need to do.
It's only like a handful of people, but and it's usually around the Karen Reed stuff. No, everyone else loves me. So Adrian, oh my God, that's one of the things too. I'm horrible with names. So Miss Hillis wants to know if you had to buy Legos or did you already have them? And so I thought we would talk about the little chat we had last week. So she messaged me. And we're
go
talking
ahead.
about,
Give them another reason to dislike me. Yeah, go ahead.
We're
Go ahead.
preparing for this stream, and we're like talking about logistics and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I ordered my Lego set," and I said, "Cool. Which one did you get?" And she said, "The Breaking Bad one." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know Lego made a Breaking Bad Lego set." And I Googled it. It wasn't Lego, ladies and gentlemen.
Turns out they don't make a
Lego doesn't make a Breaking. And I said, and she's like, "Oh my God, I got to return this. I don't want to be controversial on your Lego stream." And I was like, you know, we can play into it. We can be like, you know, when you sent your mom to the store to get G.I. Joe and she brought, you know, generic Lego guy or generic army guy home. I said, you know, it's a perfect mom moment for you.
I was like, I think I'm going to be controversial enough, so we'll leave it.
That was great. And you're like, no.
Auntie Candy wants to know if we could see Brandi's progression with her Lego, please. Ooh, looking good, girl.
I see a few buds growing there.
Ooh, we're getting there. It's getting close.
I'm getting there.
You got most of the hard part done.
Thank God. Well, he just said that the flowers are really tedious, but you know what? If it has one flower, that's okay. That's okay. If we end up at one flower, but look, y'all are I'm just excited that I'm still awake because this is not my.
Oh, we don't leave. We're not done. No.
We gotta let you finish.
We are here till the end, Brandi. Don't you worry about it, girl.
That is so much pressure. Well, I told you I can't make future plans. I have commitment issues. Don't try to pressure me.
I love it. No pressure. Shiraz says, MLS, please don't turn your lives into a cat fight between you and trolls.
No, it's not my lives. It's not my life.
No. Yeah.
No, I'll just like if you look at one of my most recent videos, it was literally a clip from the Karen Reed case, and over top of it was this guy's tweet where he said that Turtle Boy and Karen Reed supporters were threatening the reporter, and that's why she was nervous. And I went back and I clipped the part of the testimony regarding that, and there was no mention of who was making the threats, just that there were threats coming in. And then I put the tweet back up there and I said, "Is this accurate reporting?" And then I tagged that douchebag.
Grant?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I corrected the same thing. I was like, once again, you're reporting the wrong thing. They didn't specify. And the response was, you do know that I sat by Gretchen, right? I was like, that doesn't mean that you reported the right thing. Like, that's still not.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And that's why I was like, you can't argue with him because he'll just keep spouting the same lies. So that's why I literally put the video out with the whole thing. And then somebody said that I edited the video. And I was like, oh no, that was the smile. He posted another one that said that Karen Reed was smiling when they were talking about her children receiving.
Oh, I comments on that one too.
Yeah, but I cut it out and I did the it was maybe 45 seconds of the video where they were talking about the threats, and I said, "Where's the smile? Where's the accurate reporting?" And then I tagged him in that.
Oh, I just exited out of this instead of hitting the right one.
Oh,
I don't know what page I was on.
What'd you exit out of?
My directions.
Oh, she's got the QR code thing like you did.
Yeah, it's awesome, by the way. If you guys didn't know this,
I had no idea.
You can get the Lego app and then you can download the directions right on your computer or your tablet or whatever. So
he's been holding out on me, y'all. I
just found out today. I was looking through my book. I was looking through my little thing, and I saw this on the first page, and I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" So I downloaded the app.
Okay, I think this is where I was because that's that thing. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, found it. Oh my gosh. We are back in business. Here we go. Okay. Let me not exit out of
I
it.
saw 2 other people in chat who are not animal people. This is my rule. If you can't poop or pee in a diaper, you're not coming in my house.
Well, I'm not pooping or peeing in a diaper, so I guess I'm not coming over.
That's the only, that's why I don't.
Hey,
have
I'll poop and pee in a diaper if the money's right.
Right?
I didn't mean to
super
say what
chat
I.
him.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. If you cannot use a toilet or use a diaper, just no animals in my house, please. That's all I'm saying.
I did not cheat excited.
Funny.
I played by the rules. I'm just good. So
You also bought a 400-piece set.
I didn't know. Actually, my son gave this to me for Christmas, and I told
It's
him
really
I would build
cute.
it on a Lego string.
All right.
Mhm.
I'll leave
I
it
got
alone.
a 600. Well, also too, like the 6-hour stream with Joe was. I was like, I'm not buying any more bigger sets. And then I was thinking back to when I was in Sweden, and I bought that set that was like 20,000 pieces.
Yamaha.
And there was no way that was a long show. That was like 5 hours. And I'm like, I'm not finishing this. We need to end this. It was the only time I didn't finish.
When?
And when I was in Sweden.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
had that
Box,
that big box. Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was ridiculous.
Oh shit.
Pixie, I agree. Animals are love. I just feel like human beings project too much of their own crap onto these poor animals, and I'm like, did they really want to lick you, or do you just have something salty on your face? Like,
Oh, my wife sent me this thing. She loves cats. We have 2 cats here.
I have 6.
And she sent me this thing. Well, my theory is that cats want to eat you.
nice.
Well, cats want to eat you. They're just too small. But
100%.
I mean, who doesn't want to eat?
so apparently, like if a cat like comes up
That's
and
going on the
nuzzles
new
you,
intro too.
Oh, that's good. Actually, that's good.
if a cat like nuzzles you with their head, they're basically saying you're my bitch. That's what the cat's doing. They're not doing it.
How do
because
we know that?
I don't know. I don't know how you study these. I'm not an animal.
I mean,
Well,
nobody
actually-
can ask a cat. What are you
Actually,
feeling when you rub David's head?
that's what goats do. When a
But
male
how do
goat.
we know what that? We're interpreting
this?
based on.
Let
our
me
human
tell you. Let
feelings.
me, Wendy, come over and meet my big buck, Jasper.
All right.
And
I'll
when he
be
starts
there in
rubbing
May.
his urine-covered face all over you, he's
Oh,
claiming his
I don't-
territory. Mm.
No thanks.
Have we
Mm-mm.
discussed
When
goat?
a cat rubs their head and body against you, you might think of it as a gesture of
That was this thing I did.
Man, I
did
love
that
you
was
so
sound.
much.
The only reason the cats do this is
Agreed, Jen. Agreed.
marking you as territory or property. Yeah, so they're basically saying that you're my property now.
But I mean, who made that up? Somebody made that up.
I don't know. Words are made up.
I don't think studying animal behavior is a made-up science. It's not like body analysis from
It can't
body.
be a science if they can't talk to you.
Well, cats are hard.
They're
to
like the
study.
Dr. G. They're like Dr. G's of
That's
animals. People.
There you go. I was trying to make the connection. I just said the wrong word.
Thanks, Valhalla.
Chiraz, I just posted a short of what
Goat
the
yoga.
closest thing to goat yoga that you'll see around my house. It's a bunch of baby goats climbing all over my wife in the barn. It's a good time.
So, Wendy, are you going to Dollywood? By the way, for everyone
I'm
who doesn't
100%
know,
going to Dollywood.
Hell
on
yes.
May 17th,
17th.
we're going to be in Dollywood in East Tennessee.
Or is it the 16th? I think it's the 16th. Let me
The
check. Let me
Thursday,
check.
whatever the Thursday is.
Yes.
I think
And then-
Danielle and I plan on being there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then leaving Sunday.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
16th,
that's
we're doing a Dollywood field trip. So everybody come to Dollywood on the 16th, and we'll all
Please
hang out
come,
and
people.
have a good time. And then the 17th, we're going to be doing a live FNL, which I'm still excited for this. I'm very excited, but it's going to be a little different. So we're going to do
Yeah.
a live.
I mean, I haven't
in-person
been invited to
FNL.
be on the stream, but I'm going to the party
Oh yeah,
for sure.
absolutely,
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
Like everyone's welcome to come, not just the streamers.
No, that's the whole point. I'll come and come and hang out. It's going to be like a
Brandy,
little
you
meet and
are
greet
welcome to come. We
sometimes.
would love to have. Oh wait, she can't make plans.
Don't
No.
try to pressure me. I'm just
I'm
joking.
not.
A couple hours.
You know what? I hate being pressured. I would never
No,
It's
I'm
just me. The weird thing is the animals love me. Animals and babies love me. I do love babies though.
We're gonna get a little venue for the
I'm coming,
live FNL,
Brandi.
and we might have tickets to just kind of cover some of the expense for the venue, but we'll see how it all goes. Right, we're working on the ticket sales thing still, and actually, I think Dave's supposed to be doing something.
I mean,
with that.
I'm not paying.
Hey,
I'm going to
Not paying
Dollywood.
for what?
Dollywood and FNL are two
sale?
separate things.
Yes.
The live FNL.
We're not
is
going to
the
stream
next
at Dollywood.
I don't know. I'm sure there will be videos
We'll do something.
of people.
Brandy's joining us, I hear, in Dollywood.
That's what I heard.
We're not pressuring her though.
That's a short drive for you. What's that?
Have
like
you ever
6
been to
hours?
Dollywood, Brandy?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
love
look,
Dollywood.
y'all, I'm
What?
like
She's a
With that
Southerner.
accent? I bet I'm willing to bet she's also been to Graceland.
oh yeah. Oh
Told
yeah.
you.
I want to go to. Let's do
So-
Graceland after.
Funny story on Graceland. My mama's side of the family is from Tennessee, and my family used to live
Good night, Emily Gale.
Hey, Emily.
by Elvis's family, and so they would see like Priscilla just like at the grocery store and stuff like that. Like, isn't that crazy? Before they moved to Georgia, so she would just like see them out. I think that's the craziest thing in the whole entire world. Can you imagine just like seeing,
I graduated from the same high school as Cindy Crawford, and she would be often seen at like the Jewel Osco in town. It was wild. Like anytime she'd come back to visit her parents, you'd see her at the grocery store. It's interesting watching Cindy Crawford walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
What is Dollywood? So Dolly Parton hails from Eastern Tennessee.
Yes, she
and
does.
She opened up a theme park in her old hometown, and it's basically roller coasters and everything else you would see at a theme park. But it's owned by Dolly Parton. There's actually a Dolly Parton museum, which is really awesome there as well. And it's called Dollywood. And then she's got a bunch of other stuff, all in Pigeon. Is it Pigeon Forge?
Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Pigeon
And for
Forge.
those of you who are not American and are not familiar with Dolly Parton, she's our royalty. She's a national treasure. She's everything.
She's
90 years old and still fitting into those short shorts.
She's
Hot
hot.
AF.
Did you see her in the Cowboys get up? Like,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
of.
all right, Dolly. I
Girl's
see
damn
you,
near
babe.
80 years old, still rocking it.
Hell yeah.
Man, I'm telling you. And yesterday was her birthday, so happy birthday, Dolly. I was wearing my Dolly shirt yesterday. I don't
Get it, girl. I
was-
get it, girl. Woo.
I love her. Okay,
David
this-
Nelson said she bought a pre-existing theme park. She's amazing, and she gives
My hand.
so much back to the community.
Well,
She's
that's
just-
why.
yeah.
That's why everybody. So
does.
I live in
She's
East
77.
Tennessee. I
at
am
that.
in the vicinity of Dollywood. Right, I'm in East Tennessee. People here love her because she came back and did so much for East
Right.
Tennessee.
So
Can we
She
much.
didn't-
also
Leave.
appreciate the fact that Valhalla and the expert planned a trip where they literally don't
man.
have to go anywhere?
Well, duh. That's my rule. I'll go to all kinds of things as long as they're within so
The
many
amusement park was
miles.
already there. Okay, all right. The
And
amusement
I
park-
prefer to fly 3,000 miles or more, so I'm there. I'm just there.
Wendy
for the
likes to
free.
travel.
Oh, guys, so I'm going to Cancun from February 5th to the 11th or something like that.
Bring your laptop. We got a Lego stream.
I know.
Getting there.
I'm bringing the
Getting
there.
laptop. I hope you all appreciate me
It's
because
coming
I'm
along.
bringing. Oh, Brandy, that looks beautiful.
We have
Such a
leads.
cool set.
Yeah, it's
have
really
leads.
nice. You'll keep it on your dining room table.
Well,
Somewhere.
what we hope, because what most of our guest stars do, when you are a guest star, is they keep them in the back so that they're invisible to on their streams.
Well, some
Yes.
do. Yeah.
I'll
I
put it over
mean,
here
I'll
on my
We would love that.
table.
Is that Mjolnir? A wooden Mjolnir behind you? Thor's hammer?
Me or her?
No, it's
Oh,
a
it is.
gavel,
Oh, it's a
It's-
gavel. Okay.
but it's also a bottle opener.
It seems appropriate.
One of
I
my
actually was watching your stream when somebody send that to you? One of your
somebody
fans?
sent it to me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hold the phones. Where did that come from? I need that immediately.
I have no idea. So one of my members sent it to me. Isn't it cool?
It's
I will
beautiful.
paint that like Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and that will be forever right here. on
And it
my
has
desk.
it's
That
a
will be so
magnet.
hot now.
It's a magnet, so it holds it.
I need to know where that came from immediately, chat. Figure it out.
We'll
You guys
figure.
are awesome.
Candace Hoff. So do my grandson. So by the way, Dolly Parton, you could join. It's called Imagination Library, and for free, she sends books to your whoever you sign up every month. Free books, beautiful books, and my grandsons have all of them. Okay, they're only 3, so they don't have all of them, but you know what I mean.
She's awesome.
I love her so much. I'm really hoping we run into her because I just want to tell her, hey girl.
Hey, listen, Fed. I'm not Scandinavian. I tried. All right. I don't know how you say it. I tried. Dave
Fed,
finds
say
in
it for
30
us.
seconds.
Come on the stream and say it, Fed.
That's it.
I found it.
Send me the link. Send me the link,
All right,
Dave.
I'll send you a link.
You're the man.
You found that so
Lynn
fast.
Dalton says Pigeon Forge is really beautiful.
It
I
is.
literally
It's absolutely
Googled.
gorgeous.
I Googled wood hammer bottle opener.
You are brilliant.
That's a
Brandy,
long
I guess I
link.
should have
It's in
asked
private
first
chat.
whether or not that was acceptable for me to have that also in my studio situation.
Oh yeah.
Why is that link 37 lines long?
I know it's so long. I saw
Holy
that.
shit.
Because David got one
That's
that's got
old.
spam in it.
Yeah.
maybe.
MG Law says he gets the books too. Hi, MG Law.
It's
Can you
just-
somebody drop MG Law's link in there too, please? We would love for Brandy subscribers to go check him out too. He's a great streamer as well.
He streams late at night when we're all sleeping.
Yeah, but I've been falling asleep to him a lot lately, and I love it.
Yeah, he's an attorney out of Oklahoma.
Arkansas. Wait.
No,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
one of those
That's what I
states.
thought.
You're right. You're right.
He's
Sorry.
in
Where
Okay.
the winds go sweeping down the plains. That's where I was thinking.
God,
I
don't
was in
start.
that play in high school.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Now we're on to show tunes.
Ooh, can
I'm
you
over
sing?
this. I'm
You
done
can
for the
sing.
night.
Oh, I love show tunes.
I played Gertie. I was like the Oklahoma whore.
You
But, I mean,
did?
but either way, I had a role.
That's awesome.
So I mean,
Yeah, I thought it was
Thank you,
Oklahoma. I'm bad with names. You know, states are states. As long as it's not Michigan, it doesn't matter.
Oklahoma.
I told you it was Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, this.
Coles has it too. Tanya says, "Let's go." Brandon has another super chat. David.
Let's go, Brandon, for $5 to Brandy. What's the longest story that you can possibly tell? Put down the Legos. We are all ears.
I can't. I have to finish.
She's too competitive. She's not going to put the Lego down.
Well, competitive. Last place is last place, no matter how competitive you are.
Look, I don't like your attitude. Okay.
Love you.
I'm so glad
Don't you have, like-
came on tonight.
Right?
Don't you have like goats or something to milk or something?
Yeah. Don't you have some kids outside that are freezing to death?
Oh, that's so good.
All right, we're on the last bag, y'all. We're on the last. There's all kinds of parts that are still here. We're just gonna hope that
You
that
always
was.
have leftovers.
There's always
I'll give you some
leftovers.
extras.
And usually somebody loses the Lego too for at least 20 minutes, and it's
I-
usually in your sleep.
I haven't lost it yet. I have flipped some back behind my desk, but we're just gonna.
Awesome.
You know
I
what?
think only the guest stars have lost Lego. I wonder if Val and
I know
ML
I lost a Lego. In fact, there was one I lost. I had to go to. I have
Yeah,
a
you
Lego
did.
bin from my kids. I had to go
remember
run
that.
out and grab a
that's
piece
right.
from
That
there.
was during the head-to-head Lego stream.
That was, and I still beat you.
Well, listen, man. Apparently, you got this cool, fancy app where you don't have to turn physical pages or anything.
just swipe. I just think it and it changes the page. So Brandy, you let's talk some politics.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
Oh gosh.
No.
there she
Nope.
is.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
McKinley.
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 What do you
Mike
mean you
Kinley.
forgot? That's not nice. Come on,
She-
man.
She doesn't care about us as much as we care about her.
Clearly
My
not.
feeling, my feeling is her. I had one feeling left, and you heard it.
She's not even in my chat. How you like them apples?
I mean,
McKinley is a attorney in Texas. We were covering Valhalla and I were covering the Armstrong case, and they didn't have cameras in the courtroom, but we had one of our chatters, Audra, and was in the courtroom taking notes. And then McKinley popped in our chat, and she's also an attorney, was sitting in the courtroom taking notes too. And so we did dueling notes, and we would use both notes back and forth. So we were able to tell the testimony, and that's how we got to know McKinley. And she has a YouTube channel as well, and it's fairly new. She's doing good though.
McKinley's awesome. We love her.
didn't she
She's,
just get monetized?
Yes, she did. She just got super chats.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's Awesome, McKinley. I'm glad you're
Thank
there.
you, Solomon. Brandy's still working on her set, but MLS and Valhalla Awaits have completed if they want to show off their builds.
Oh, I can do that. I'm happy to show myself off.
Oh yeah, show off. Go
I
ahead.
got my.
Oh,
honey, I
they
just
need
lost.
it.
Things.
Love.
I got a TIE fighter, and it shoots. See that?
Oh, good shot.
Oh, I didn't know shoots.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it shoots little.
Oh, I might be pro guns now. That's pretty cool.
And just like that.
How
like
are you
that.
not pro guns?
No, just give me a lightsaber and
Damn it, no, I
and a
lost it.
that's hot.
And the Mandalorian.
Love
I will
cheese-
say we have somebody in our chat, Jung. Jung Min. She runs my
She got
Discord.
turned.
This,
She's
this story,
extremely liberal.
this story
And
makes
then,
me so happy.
she took a self-defense class, and she's like,
Oh.
"I like guns now. I'm gonna go get trained and get my concealed license, and I'm all about guns. I'm conservative, Dave." She was all excited about it. She's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, she took like one self-defense class, and she immediately like went 180 degrees. I can't
Talk about-
find my lasers. Where'd they go?
Hi, Lynn Barry. How you doing, babe?
Oh, see, I lost my parts. Now my build's officially not.
You lost your part.
You heard him, y'all. You heard
I
him.
lost one. I think the other one shot
Sorry.
across the room.
Sorry.
Oh, he just said that means his build isn't complete. There's still hope.
That's true. That
That's
is
true. Data Lisa says, "Thank you
We
for this
got 'em.
collaboration. I like
Hey,
expanding
Lisa,
my
hi.
I like expanding my circle and keeping my mind super open." Well, welcome, Data Lisa. You've been lovely in the chat. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
I
And by
will
the way, all the chats I have seen from everybody coming from Brandy's channel have been very kind, and we appreciate you. And we hope that you come
Absolutely.
back to Val and David's channels. Give him a like, a thumbs up,
Well,
subscribe.
actually, if you're new to me or MLS, Dave, if you're new to this situation, we do these at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. And what we do, if you hadn't caught on, is we bring on YouTubers and interview them while we force them to spend money on the Lego set and then force them to build the Lego set. So most of the guests that we have are not Lego enthusiasts, right? Most of them are trying to figure this out as we're berating them with ridiculous questions for a couple hours, and it's
Yeah.
very entertaining. It's a very good time. We all have fun. We have a couple libations. Wendy's here to keep us all on track, and come back, have fun. We're both streaming. Dave and I are both streaming. Give us both a like.
The Lego stream
times.
was Valhalla's idea, so I'll give him credit for that. But the idea of joined forces between LawTube and true crime, that was my idea. That's what today is all about.
I like it.
Sure.
This is in fact our first. Yes,
True crime.
Shiraz. Yes, I'm streaming this. My link is in the top of David's chat, and
Yep.
David's link is in the top of my chat, and we're both streaming this. This is in fact our first, what I would call, cold interview of these. Right? I've never met Brandi. Dave's never actually met Brandi. We've never talked before. This is the first time we've had a guest that we're meeting for the first time, and it's been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed this stream thoroughly.
Me too.
And
Maybe a little
that's
too
kind of the
much.
idea of this
Maybe a
is,
little too
is
much.
expanding our reach and expanding, and then also, I like the opportunity for everyone to sort of introduce themselves and talk about why they became YouTubers and what they want to do with their channel and all that good stuff. So,
And
on that-
Andrea Hill is maybe. The answer is maybe. We have a lot of great guests coming up over the next.
We actually do.
Yeah,
This,
we really
this
do.
stream is booked
Um,
up for the next 2 months, isn't it?
yeah,
And
it is.
Andrea Hill, just FYI, people are begging to be on this stream, like super famous people, and we love it. And we love having Brandi. She's been amazing. Should we announce our next big
I think we
guest
have.
star coming up? Well, we didn't
Yes.
announce it today.
Well, we talked about it. Solomon Anderson is coming on.
Hell yeah, he is.
Stream with us
Heck
February
yes.
17th. And then on March 2nd, we've got Sean, Potentially Criminal.
And who's the other one?
Well, I'm not sure if I want to
Okay.
mention the name yet because I haven't
Okay.
confirmed it yet.
Okay.
And then, but anyways, so we've got some people lined up coming up. But I like the idea of doing these. They're a lot of fun. Hope everyone is having a great night. F Cancer from
F
Prairie.
Cancer.
F cancer.
F cancer.
Thank you, Fiery Red Podcast. Hello. You know, Fiery Red Podcast has been a member for 8 months. And for those of you who don't know, David's been monetized for what, 9 months now? 9 months. So those of us that have been here.
Letitia Stout is when I got monetized.
Right. That was in March, right?
No, Zach was in March, so that would have been April.
Okay. So anyway, so people that have been here in this month long by at least 6, 7 months, 8 months, we've all been here since the beginning. So very excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
So somebody asked me what the TIE stands for in TIE Fighter, and I actually didn't know, but it's twin ion cannons. And then Scott posted it in there too. I had to look at it. Yeah, but I didn't know that. So there's some, and if you can't tell, I'm a kind of a Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
this is the Millennium Falcon cockpit door behind me.
And he still believes that Star Wars are good movies. Which is
I'm obsessed.
You know what? All Star Wars is good Star Wars. That's my
ridiculous statement of the night, right there, y'all.
No, all Star Wars is good Star Wars. I figured out why I think this. So I've been doing we plan to do more, but I only did one stream with Kaiser Pineapple talking about Star Wars and breaking it down. And we started with the first movie, and we were going to go in like not chronological order, but the order of releases. But I figured out why after the stream ended and we were just talking why I feel like all Star Wars is good Star Wars, because I will say I'm not a fan of people. I nothing most people. And that includes like actors and characters for the most part.
Although Mike Vick was pretty cool.
World of Star Wars. And each movie, even if the acting is bad and the story is bad, still develops the world of Star Wars. And I like the world development. And I don't really care about the characters as much.
Can I totally derail everything real quick?
Well, you do all the time.
Do whatever you want. You're the babes.
So we brought up the Armstrong case earlier that we covered. And we had Audra, a member of chat, go to the courthouse for us and take notes and report to us daily.
She was awesome.
She was super awesome.
And if you notice, she hasn't been in chat much.
She has not.
No. Did you guys piss her off?
No. She had a loss in her family.
That's sad. We're
her
sorry.
Her daughter passed.
Oh.
So
right after the trial.
I'm gonna start crying.
I have a give, send, go for the funeral expenses. I'm going to put it in both chats.
Thank you, Val.
Feel free, y'all, to go help her out and support her. That being said, I'm taking no responsibility for any kind of misnomer in this situation. But Audra was awesome to us, and she's been in chat for a long time. And
Audra is a work pal of McKinley. Yes, they actually met. They met each other in the courtroom.
Oh,
and they didn't know that she was reporting to us, and then McKinley came into our chat and stuff. And so, but yeah, I'll call it a work colleague, McKinley. Yeah, you met Audra at trial. I know, but now you guys are colleagues. So,
we're sorry.
Anyways, yeah, if you could post that.
Yep, it's in your chat. I'm about to put it in mine.
He's putting it in right now. Thank you.
We're sorry about it. Shit, Jesus Christ. My bad.
But yeah, if you could, if you guys want to help out, I don't know how much she needs or how much she's earned thus far.
I'm not sure. I don't know much about it, but I meant to post it and talk about this a long time ago and just haven't been on YouTube for several weeks. So
no, McKinley, I don't think so. She doesn't work at the courthouse. She was working for David and Val when she did that.
She was just a chatter, and when we heard that the trial wasn't going to be broadcast, we're like, "Oh, I wish we knew somebody in Texas." And she popped up. She's like, "I'm right here. I'm 40 minutes from the courthouse," and she volunteered to jump in. Yeah. So that was awesome.
So Audra, our thoughts and prayers go out to you, babe, and sorry, I got you. I got you eventually, girl. I got you eventually.
Way to bring it down. No, but that's a good. If you guys can help out.
Yeah. You know, that just shows what kind of a family we are here and what good people that,
We'll lose our links to each other's channel, but
on our panel.
I did pin it already in mine.
Oh, did you know? Okay. I guess I'll pin it.
We're far enough into the stream. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure.
You get so attached to people though that are in here all the time. And like that's one of the things that I love about getting in chats. Like everybody, you know, they come in and they ask like, how's your family? How's your, you know, like, you know, when somebody's sick or when, you know, somebody's going through something and people really care. I love that.
Well, that's the thing I said. Like, I was never in chat before I started streaming. And I'll be streaming and I'll be reading the chat and they'll be talking about completely random things. They're like bestest of friends and they're like, oh, how's your mother recovering from her surgery, whatever. And they're just chatting to each other. And so it's an interesting dynamic that I never experienced before streaming.
Well, that's where I came up. I came up in YouTube chats. I was in chat and moderating for a bunch of the big channels for at least a year before I started posting anything on my channel.
Yeah,
I knew who Valhalla was before I knew who most of the streamers were.
I had no idea who Valhalla was.
He had
I was never in chat. All of a sudden, I had this guy, Valhalla Awaits, in my chat, telling me what to do.
Lucky you.
And yeah, I know. and then I started noticing once I started streaming and I noticed the chat, then I would go into Ricada's or Joe's or anyone else's chat, and I was like, oh, there's that Valhalla guy again, and he's got a blue wrench over there.
I like the color blue. I like the color blue.
And Brandon also was Brandon Lesko. He was actually very helpful in making some connections for me as well.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that. Thanks, Brandon.
So who do you think has been like some of the, because I have a few like YouTubers and stuff that I've that have been just super, super supportive and helpful and you know, answering all of my questions and just supporting me, like, you know, promoting, like, you know, all of us promoting each other and sharing a lot of, you know, the same people. Like, who do you yeah.
So
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I find this question interesting, and I guess you can finish it if you want to, but I think I know where you're going. It's there's been so many like it's bizarre to me that we run in different circles in YouTube, but we have the similar situations, right?
Yeah.
Aussie Overlord was actually one of the original streamers that helped me out a great deal. Legal Vices helped me out a lot. And Nick Ricada was one of the dudes that like let me believe that it was okay to be a smart asshole on the internet again, right? Like he was one of the people that was like, hey, if he can get away with saying this much ridiculousness, I could probably be okay without getting, you know, knock on wood, but swatted and shit. Like,
Be right back. So I had a little different approach. Like I had a YouTube channel for a while. I'd watched Ricada and stuff. And actually how I got into it was I mentioned I had sued the governor, and Viva did a stream about my lawsuit and a ridiculous order that we got from the judge. And that's the first time I learned that there was actually like people on YouTube that were talking about legal stuff. And so then I found, you know, Good Logic and Ricada and Kurt and Uncivil and all them from Viva.
And I appreciate it, Stray.
But I had already had my YouTube channel going. It was just mainly, it was like an advertising arm for my law firm. And it had like a few videos. And if you go back to my playlist, you'll see some really crappy old videos. And I wasn't really doing anything with it. And then I started streaming in March last year. And I learned like my support for my channel has all come from the chat. It's all been from there's reasons why I have the mods that I have. It's because those are the ones that help support me. Oh, I also mod over on this guy's channel and this is what he does. Or this would be a great idea. You know, maybe you can have members and give them access to a Discord. That was from Jung. She runs my Discord. And so a lot of my support has really come from the chat itself. There's and then I met, you know, Nick Staroff. He's Swedish, so we had an instant connection because my wife is Swedish, and he lives like 40 minutes from where my wife grew up.
Oh,
and
wow.
And then the Broken Baker came in, and Valhalla came in, and other people came in, and really it was just talking to them who were all kind of new at this and didn't really know what the hell we were doing. And be like, well, we could all just kind of work together and support each other. And so they'll hop on my channel, I'll hop on their channel. Some of them have like a Dave signal. If they want to ask me some legal questions, I'm like, sure, I'll pop on real quick and answer some legal questions, then go back to work or whatever I'm doing.
For the record, the Dave signal is his phone number. You just send him a text.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Yeah, it was like, hey, we got a quick question for you. But it's been a really nice group that we all just kind of came up together, helping each other, all come up together. And so Excited Utterance, she didn't have a YouTube channel. She was always in chat. She would pop into my Discord, and then so I got to see her face for the first time in Discord when we were doing a watch party, and then she decided to do a channel, and so we supported her and Salvador Dali. I met him actually through
Mo
Remington, and Mo was in my chat, and she was so funny in the chat. I said, "Do you want to come on?" And she said, sure. So she popped on my panel once. And then after that, she's taken off with her own channel. It's called Mo in the Deep End. And she does random news stories in the morning and in the afternoon. And then she'll cover some trials and stuff. And she'll pop on and help us with, if we need someone else to bounce ideas off of during a stream. It's just, we'd all just kind of like learned how to do this together. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'll give you
That's
that.
been very helpful.
I'll give you that. We all kind of.
I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I say I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just a beautiful face that talks to a camera, and for some reason, people listen.
That's good. They're just here for your beautiful face.
That's right.
I'm still to this day. I'm amazed anybody comes to my channel. I'm absolutely amazed that people.
I do the same thing. I'm like, when I see people, I'm like, oh, God, like they're in. They come in. They show up, like, and my first few streams, like when I actually had people, I was like, are they lost? Like, what happened to make them there? I love it though.
On my New Year's stream,
way to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I did a New Year's stream, and it was funny. So Jamie, if you guys ever watch my channel and you see Jamie on, she's not a LawTuber or a YouTuber at all. She just joined my panel, and she joins other people's panels. She doesn't have her own channel. But like day 5 of the Zachariah Anderson trial, if you go back to that, I think it's day 5 or 6. Anything before that, my chat is empty. And then on day 5, all of a sudden, Jamie pops up and she's like, I love your commentary. And I was like, oh, I have a chatter. Yay. Aww. And then like the next day I pulled her up on panels. So I had someone to talk to. And so Jamie's been with me, and now she's over. She does a lot with Baker now because I haven't been streaming trials too much with my day job.
Oh, that's funny, Richard. That's
funny. But it was just so awesome. It was like, I have a chatter. And it was the same thing with Mo. She was just a chatter, and she was funny. And I was like, bring her up on
and
panel.
Salvador too. Salvador was just a chatter. EU was just a chatter.
Yeah.
I that's a good question, McKinley. What's your answer to that, Brandi?
I have a few. I mean, Recovery Addict is one of the biggest. I mean, he is still, he's a dear friend, and has supported me and, promoted me so much, answered my questions, all that. Like, I can't say enough good things about him. Ikadmel is another one. I met him at CrimeCon.
Did you really?
Yeah. And he and I became good friends, and he has done so much to help me.
I found him a long time ago. Ikadmel. He's down in Florida. He does true crime stuff, and he goes all out when he'll be watching Ikedmel. Ikadmel. Wicked, but without the W. He's a Latino dude.
Okay.
I don't know. He's awesome. I like him. I watched him.
I know him. I subscribe.
Yeah. With Gabby Petito. I was way into him. And did he cover Summer Wells too?
I don't know.
I don't know. But the Gabby Petito thing, he's all over all of it. Like he's so good. He's so good, man.
Yeah. And we met her family when we were at CrimeCon.
Did you really?
Yeah. So we got to talk to her family, and they were just as sweet as they could be. But he's been another one who's just been a huge help. And he's good with a lot of the tech stuff too. And I made a lot of changes to my channel not long after I'd gotten back from CrimeCon, and he was super helpful and walked me through a lot of stuff on, how to do different things. And so he's been great. True Crime Grizzly is another one. She's fantastic and, super helpful. So there's been.
It's funny how you get tagged with these sort of monikers and then you end up in those circles. Like I would never in my type of streams that I do run into True Crime Grizzly or anything like that. But I know of the channel and everything. Yeah, no, it's just interesting. Like I have no idea who, like I said, Brandon Let's Go jumped into my chat and was like, I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'll tell it anyways. He was like, "Hey, I can set you up with Joe. You know, I can maybe put you in contact with Joe. You need to get on his stream." And so he was instrumental in that. And it was like, okay, cool, why not? So it's just been a lot of help from a lot of different people, both the chat and people on stream.
Most people are really helpful. Like most people are. There are some that most people are. I'll just stick with that part.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Speaking of being helpful, can someone post, please, one of the mods post, I have a stories link. Yamaha Baker's in the chat and he has a channel and his voice.
You say
and
Yamaha Baker?
Yamaha
Biker. I did say Yamaha Baker.
Yeah, if you want a deep, soothing voice to fall asleep to,
oh my
good
god,
stories, you guys
it's everything. Yeah, and Fedorowski has a really cool channel too. He has a herd channel. And Excited Veterans, Dave was talking about you. You must have missed it. He was bragging about you earlier. Sorry, you missed it, Dave.
Oh, it's okay.
She feels left out, David.
No, Excited. I was talking about you a lot. And you have a connection with Brandi, so we were talking about you before you were even in chat.
There you go.
Celebrity. Yamaha Biker, not Yamaha Baker.
I knew that was good.
I have Baker. Look, I have Baker on my mind because y'all know I have a little crush, and also he's
Don't we all?
I know, right? How can you not?
So you have a crush on Baker, yet you date men that look like me.
I know. So I told you guys I have to tell you this. So I went on a date this morning, and my date and we both have adult daughters that we wanted to take a photo for. Like each daughter wanted to see, like his wanted to see what I look like, mine wanted to see what he looked like. Yeah. And I'm looking at the photo this morning and I'm go, oh my God, it looks just like David, or David looks like him. I don't know which is which. And I'm like, oh, I have a type. Oh my God.
Awesome.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, right? It's a compliment. Yeah. And
Aren't
by the way,
flowers...
best date I've been on in so many years, and I had a really good time, and I'm happy. It was really cool.
I have one question.
Yeah.
One question. Who goes on a date in the morning? What
right?
kind of
I used to.
Nonsense are you putting up with in your life?
I used to.
When you work for David and Valhalla, who makes a stream on a Saturday night, you have to do your dates in the morning.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Y'all screwed this up for her. Blame yourselves, people. Blame yourselves.
Yeah, trying to cock block.
Don't time judge her. Don't.
And that was the last time we invited a female on that could go with Wendy against the two of us. Never again. Never again.
Oh no! No, Brandi. No. Yeah.
I just
yeah.
It
was a super early morning date.
I used to do coffee dates at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Gross.
My reasoning is because it was kind of part of a test. Like I had like tests in my mind. Anyone, by the way, that I interact with, including all of you in chat and on panel, I'm always sort of like testing, or like I'm running you through scenarios in my mind. It's the way my mind works. But I was like, one of my things is I want someone who can like get up and get going in the morning. And I didn't want someone who was going to be sleeping in or anything like that. So I was like, yeah, let's schedule an early coffee. And it's a good way to just kind of hang out.
I couldn't do a morning date because then I wouldn't have time to cancel. Like I
wouldn't have time to cancel.
Yeah.
You know what? That's another good reason for me to do it, so I don't cancel.
Daniel has a good question. Actually, I'm going to ask this of Brandi. Is the Cheesecake Factory good enough for a date?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have really
have you not seen that video? Let me play this. Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh no. What is it?
My date took me to a beautiful breakfast place, like a super nice coffee house, and we had really good food, and we went for a nice walk, and we went to an art gallery. We did a lot today. It was I loved it.
Most of my adult life, I worked until about 3 or 4 in the morning. So a morning date is like the most obscene thing I've ever heard of.
I get it.
Yeah, I just it doesn't equate to a good time.
Again, you didn't have bosses that did Saturday night streams.
This is true. This is true.
And by the way, I'm 3 hours behind David and Val, and Brandi. So 6 p.m. is when I have to be home and ready to go by at least 5.
So
I saw this.
First
No, I
date, he
haven't seen
refuses
it.
to get out of the car.
This.
He took her to the Cheesecake Factory.
Rude.
So she goes live with this, by the way. So they pull up, and sorry, I'm blocking Brandy's face. Here, let's put us on top. So they pull up, and they're at the Cheesecake Factory, and she refuses to get out of the car, and then she goes live on, I don't know if this is Facebook or whatever it is.
Okay.
So bad.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Really?
Oh, this isn't the video I watched.
Yes. Would you want me to open the door for you? Look at you. You're recording me? Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. What's the problem with that?
Where are you trying to go?
Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant? You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it. Yeah.
She looks like she's dressed for the Cheesecake Factory. That's awesome.
Hells yes. Yes. Looks like he's dressed for Jenny.
She'd be lucky if I took her to Olive Garden.
Right? Oh, I like Olive.
Yes.
I'm like, we would all be lucky to go to
He's like, do you want to talk about it? And she's like, yeah, let's talk about it.
He was so nice.
He was so polite the whole way. So she's going on and on about this.
I'd take her home immediately. This would be the last time I ever talked to her.
Call her an Uber. That's taking her home.
So he does. He's like, all right, well, let's go home. I'm taking you home. And she's like, well, why are you taking me home? He's like, because I don't want to date you anymore. I'm not doing this.
You're lucky I didn't call you an Uber and make you wait in the Cheesecake Factory parking lot.
But look at it. So then she's begging. At some point, she's like, "No, we can still go out on a date."
Hell no.
I mean, for a reservation, we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, equivalent to that? I mean, I literally don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing I will die. That's embarrassing.
What?
As I said, I have very specific certain expectations. I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other.
I love all.
So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home. Oh no, he did.
Oh, I love him.
Yes, he did. Yeah. So you just want to call it a night?
To walk your ass home.
I mean, isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sorry, y'all.
Not with him.
That's crazy.
I want the parking space.
See, this is what happens when a society grows up believing that every female child is a princess. This is exactly what happens. This is the end result. When people believe that they are better than they are, when people believe that they are 10s when they are clearly 4s or 5s.
I mean, her boobs are 10s for sure.
Maybe they're being upheld pretty well.
Her bra's a 10 for sure.
Exactly, Brandi.
So
I
at least
think
there's that. But
I think
she's still a B. I don't like it. I don't care for that at all.
A little bit more gracious.
Maybe she wanted Red Lobster.
That's the video I saw. So the video I thought you were talking about was something about this girl said she was too good for Cheesecake Factory, and then it was a video of her eating lobster, and she literally takes a bite out of the entire tail, like shell and all. Just
really?
Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, no. So this guy just ended up driving her home, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like so mad.
She's lucky she got a ride home.
Yes, Jen, RN, I agree.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that was a thing, but yeah, I'm not real picky about stuff like that. Like, I mean, my thing is like if you don't open my door, that's a deal breaker. But like, I don't care what restaurant we go to. Like, I don't care if we go to Taco Bell. But like,
he was standing at her door. He tried to get her out.
He was completely polite in that video.
He did everything right.
He was a perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
Get over yourself. I can't believe.
Yeah, you know what? They have cheesecake at Jack in the Box. Take her to the drive-thru.
There's been too many stories about
Cheesecake
it,
was
and I think the guy made some statements afterwards. I don't think it's fake. She legitimately went live on like Facebook or Instagram or something. And
There are people out there. That
Mhm.
woman is a real person somewhere. Whether or not it's her, I don't know. It might be fake. I don't know. But there are those people out there that are just ungrateful. Like,
You know, I feel like it takes a lot of guts to ask somebody out on a date. I
you
feel
have
like it
no
takes a lot of
idea.
guts.
You have no
I don't
idea.
know. And I think that I be gracious, people. Be
Please.
gracious.
I once took this woman out on a date. Red flag immediately. She had a feather tied in her hair, which is not a style that I go for.
Hold on. Now that's really hot, actually. And I've been there, and Valhalla approves. Valhalla approves.
So I took her to a place that I know the owner, and I know the place really well. And so I took her there, and she was extremely rude to the wait staff, and was commenting about the owner who was like fixing a few things like on the other side of the restaurant. Like, why you got to do that during opened hours or whatever? I don't know. She was just extremely
That
rude.
is.
And I was like, okay, no, I'm done. You got to just roll with stuff. You know what?
That is one of the fastest ways to understand who a person is when you see
Yes.
how they treat wait staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
If they treat wait staff like crap, run
Anybody in the
away
service
and
industry,
don't look
right.
back.
like anybody in the service, like Starbucks, anybody
Yes.
in the service industry.
Yep.
That's
Well, and
how
even-
you really tell.
Yeah, even like an Uber or
Yeah.
a delivery guy or something, right? Like if you treat somebody that's their job is to serve you,
That's
that
right.
sounded weird, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right?
get it.
If they treat those people like shit, subservient people like shit, run away, y'all. Avoid
Yeah.
that like the plague.
That's right. That's right.
There will be no good outcome from that situation. I promise. Mark my words. Check it off the fucking list. Write it on your calendar.
You could be the
whatever.
best part of someone's day. It's not that hard to be the best part of someone's day. Do it, people. Be kind.
I have a follow-up question for Valhalla. So how
Uh-oh.
often does Valkyrie wear feathers in her hair?
Never. It's a long
That's
time
too bad
ago.
for you.
Long time ago. Yeah. I think they're a little out of fashion now. Actually.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It was like it was out of fashion, and it was just it was just. And then she was an artist, and she had a room from a Patreon, and I was like, okay, it was just a lot of red flags.
Also, that Jenna N. If somebody starts a live stream during
Right.
the first date,
Right?
don't do that
I like
either.
how Irish says. Customer
service
service goes both ways.
You're damn
I love
right. You know the easiest way in the world to like get good customer service? Just hang up the phone and call again. Somebody else is going to answer. If you've got somebody that say you call like a customer service line, right? And they're like, "Oh, I can't do what you want." Okay, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Hang up. Call right back. Somebody else is going to answer the phone, and they're likely going to help you out better than that guy did.
That's right.
Yeah.
No tipping equals no soul.
They found other uses for the feathers.
Dirty.
I agree, Scott. By the way, Scott, I've really enjoyed you in the chats lately. Great contributor. We have really good contributors in our chats, and I appreciate that. As I'm only up on the stream for the Lego streams. I'm normally in chat, and it makes chat so much more fun when people are actually chatting,
You know,
Oh, yeah.
McKinley keeps saying things over and over and over that make me not want to stream with her anymore.
Well, listen.
She doesn't
Bless
want-
her little liberal heart.
Not only does she I
she's-
don't go
she's
to
okay.
amusement parks.
She's okay,
it's not
man.
my thing. I hate amusement parks, says McKinley.
I hate fun.
having
I
too.
mean,
Yeah, I
I
hate
don't-
fun.
I don't like
Enjoyment.
amusement parks either, actually.
But you're going to Dollywood.
Oh, I will do anything for Dolly. Anything.
Right?
Anything.
Oh,
That's true.
actually,
okay. You know, I didn't think about it. She
actually,
can't fit on
yeah,
the
that's
rides.
probably
she's
actually
too short for
accurate.
all the rides. Yeah. So.
Hey, enough of the short people jokes.
No. McKinley's tiny. She's like 4'6".
Is she
She
even that
legit-
tall?
No, she's
probably-
not.
No,
How
she
tall
is.
are you, McKinley? She's
She's 4'6". I
Is
promise.
she?
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's little.
I'm willing to bet she's never been on a roller coaster in her entire life.
Yeah, and she's never seen a single Star Wars. She didn't get my Spaceballs joke the other day.
Oh, McKinley, that's not good.
Yeah, she's losing points with me.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I can
I
ride.
don't feel bad.
I mean, it's one thing to
bad.
not like Star Wars, but you have to at least have seen it.
She's at least 1 inch taller than required for most rides, so we're good. She's good. She can get on the
Nice.
ride.
She's been on
Aren't those
one roller
feathers
coaster.
or aren't those flowers tedious, Brandy?
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know.
But-
They're
How
like,
are you doing, Brandy?
I'm trucking right along.
You've been a trooper. We really appreciate you. You're doing great.
I'm getting
so I know you
full.
said you kind of take it day by day, but how often are you streaming generally? Because I feel like I see you stream every day, all day
Every
long.
day, I see your stream.
Forever. Yeah. I do like I'm normally 5 days a week. And I've been doing trials. The last few months have been a little bit tougher. I've been going through health
Well, I saw
stuff.
you hanging out on the beach. That's tough. I know.
Oh, I
Hanging out
love
on
my
the
beach
beach.
days. Love my beach days. Those are the best.
Are
I
you
do
near?
miss the ocean.
Oh, I can't. You don't want to tell people where you are, right?
Oh, well, people know where like the city.
Are
I
you
live
near
in and stuff.
Destin?
About an hour away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in Panama City Beach. So
Oh, I love Panama City. I
Me too.
spent a lot of time at the Destin on
Panama.
the Emerald Coast.
oh yeah, I love it.
Panama. Are they singing about the Panama City, Florida?
I don't think so.
No.
I think they were talking about their cocaine connection down in Panama.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
Panama.
either way, just as exciting. So,
Right?
The
Oh,
Redneck Riviera,
okay.
MC Law says.
yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't
that's what they call
underestimate
it.
a good coke.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they call it the Redneck Riviera here.
Oh, it's awesome though. It's beautiful. I love it
absolutely
there.
Love it. Yeah, me too.
I've been to Tampa a few times, and I've been to Daytona, but I've never been to Panama.
You haven't lived if you haven't been to the Redneck Riviera. It's
Yeah.
I go to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
That one.
Actually, several times, a lot of times actually. Gulf Shores, Alabama area.
She put 4.7 on her license.
I saw that.
oh, that's cute.
She wears heels when she goes into the DMV in Texas.
Hey,
Nice.
Shit,
Wait,
how
hang
do I
on,
do
we got to
this?
bring you full screen.
yeah, I was working on it. I
That's
messed it up.
gorgeous. I
Oops.
love it. Good job.
It's such a cool set. I love that set so much.
It is. Well, we're gonna ignore all these extra pieces. Oh, I think I still
You-
have like
You
mud
always have
in
extra
the-
pieces. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
no,
about it.
there's always
Don't
extra
worry about
pieces. Very
You know
good.
what?
Yay!
We have the best guest stars. They turn up and turn out.
I
We
love it.
appreciate it. Way past
I
our
love it.
bedtime.
It is so past my bedtime right now, but that's okay.
Me too. And I'm 3 hours behind you.
Look, it's perfect.
It is perfect.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
I'm so happy
Aw.
with how that's a part of your set now. That
Me
makes me so
too.
happy.
Oh, with your gnomes. It's so cute.
Oh yeah,
feel
those
like-
are my.
I feel
My
like we're
nomies.
leaving little drops of Lego all over YouTube is what we're doing.
yeah. I got all my little nobies and then my my Lucy. So
Nice.
yeah, yay!
I
So, how
love
do
it.
you feel about building your first Lego set since you were 10 or however long it's
Let's get it in the thing. These
There you
glasses
go.
are hurting my face, but
Yeah.
yay! I feel good. I feel like I'm probably never going to do it again. I'll be honest, but
been?
like I mean, at least not on my own. But but
You can come back to a Lego
It looks
stream
good.
though, right? You'll come back to a Lego stream.
Yeah, I'll get a smaller set next time.
Well, I'll just get a bigger set. How's
California.
That?
Okay, there you go.
Nice. So, what do you have coming up, Brandi? Do you have any streams already planned in the like set up and ready to go, or you just wing it like in the morning?
I have been so in the mornings. I normally would be streaming like live as the trial goes, but I have 8 weeks of treatment. So in the mornings I'm doing treatment, and then I'm starting my streams about lunch. But it's working out great actually because I'm able to like speed trial is what we call it. So I can kind of skip through all of the breaks and all of the
The downtimes.
nonsense and yeah. So it's and then the boring stuff, we can listen to at like 1.25 speed. The stuff is like just really tedious, and like getting it out
All
there.
the foundational BS that
Yeah.
the stupid judges require.
Right. Yeah. So it's working out. We're making it work. It's good. It's doing good. So I've got this one's gonna last until I'm 50 or 60, and then by the time this one ends, Karen Reed should be starting, and that one's going to be.
That's going to be a crazy one.
The Karen Reed thing is going to be insane.
So Valhalla's first trial that he streamed.
You set me up, bro. You set me up.
I couldn't do it. I had work, and I was like, "This is an interesting one because they're charging 2 EMS workers with murder, essentially."
He's like, "Hey, check out this trial." I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stream this. This is important." And then 3 days into it, I find out that it's a month-long trial.
And it's so tedious because it's all experts, and
it's all medical experts, paramedics, firefighters, trainers
so
of
There's
paramedics.
No, like, drama to it or anything.
Oh my god, it was horrible. And the camera angles. It was one of those stupid WebEx trials. So oh my god. Yeah. McKinley stuck it out with me. We did it. It was good. It was not favorable though.
I'm glad I didn't start that one.
Yeah, I bet
see, like the Broken Baker is not afraid to just be like, nope, this trial is horrible. I'm done, even though it's 3 days in. When I start a trial, I feel like I need to finish it. I want to see the end of it.
Yeah,
like the Border Patrol, the Texas v. Ronald Rivera case. That case.
The what? What? Say it.
Texas v. Ronald Rivera. I don't know how to pronounce this last name.
One thing you need to learn about David. One thing you need to learn about David is he can't read or remember names ever.
My chat, this is what I say. My chat trolls me. They will gift memberships on purpose to make me read the names, and they know I will get them wrong every time.
Very true. He was calling McKinley
so much money
for like 3 weeks or something ridiculous.
I was calling her Mackenzie. Yeah, I could not remember McKinley, but eventually got there. I got there, but no. So I started that trial. And it was very tedious and boring, but I wanted to see it through. And then it went immediately into the penalty phase because it was a death penalty. And they're like, okay, so another 4 weeks of the death penalty. I'm like, oh no, I'm done. I can't. I just can't do this anymore. And so I had like a way out because it was like, well, that's the penalty. I handled the trial. But it was, did you watch that trial at all? That was the Border Patrol agent that was charged with murdering his mistress and their love child.
Yeah. I heard about it. I didn't watch that one though.
I called the court on that one. So the child.
Is that the one we called drunk, or was that the sober?
No, shh, we don't talk
about that. Good
night. Oh, hey.
Good night, Solomon.
The child was wearing a Baby Yoda shirt, and they kept talking about the Baby Yoda shirt throughout like the whole opening in the first 2 days. And then I saw the prosecutor wearing a Baby Yoda tie pin. And I thought that was highly inappropriate. And so I actually called the clerk and I said, hey, the prosecutor's wearing a Baby Yoda tie pin. I'm watching this trial. And the victim apparently had a Baby Yoda shirt. I don't think that's appropriate, just as an attorney of law, if you just want to let the judge know. And so the judge actually ended up calling him up and making him remove the pin. The very next witness introduced the Baby Yoda shirt that the child was wearing. And I thought that was just so inappropriate. So that's the only time I've like called the court on something because I thought it was unethical. And then I might have called the court.
There was a second time.
No,
there was a second time.
It was a long day and we were in the middle of a stream and I had a bottle of Prosecco.
Brokeback Baker. Oh God.
I know. You know who that is, right?
No.
It's Brandon.
Is it?
Yes.
Or is it Brandon or is it Farrell?
Oh, I thought it was Brandon.
I don't know. Became a new member. Nice. Pre-law.
Oh shit.
Oh, see,
that's definitely Brandon.
Yeah,
definitely
Brandon. Gifted 20 memberships. Now I got to read the names. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see the image now. It's definitely Brandon.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's Brandon. Okay.
Okay, Brandon, you got to get ready for this. It's hilarious.
C. Taylor, and Andriella Hillis. Oh, that was the name I had earlier. Solomon Anderson was gifted a membership. Awesome. Then we have. Oh, they're moving too fast. All right. Lynn Dalton, Irish. I'm just going to call you Irish.
Tahana.
Tahana. Okay.
Yeah.
Haley Wolf, Vodka Blood, Nade. Is it Nade? Nad? We'll go with Nad. Sue, Pam Graham, some 20th Century
You got
Fox.
Sue right. That's
I
a
got
good
Sue
thing.
right. Malone Labe. Is that how you say that? Malone Lab? I don't know.
Yeah.
Warrior B. Yachik. Yachik.
Warrior B.
God. Moving on. In the Elliot,
It gets ridiculous, Brady.
Ian Elliott.
It gets ridiculous.
Sandra,
You're doing great.
44, Elizabeth S, Rachel K, Trina, Pernelia G, and Cooks. Awesome, I made it. All of you guys, if most of you are actually
he
members, welcome
finished.
very much. I did finish.
Good job,
I don't know if I
David.
would call it a win.
Make sure to hit the
Right.
my
No,
member
he
tab
finished.
and hit the link to my Discord where I have all of my member content except some very fun videos of me attempting a half marathon. Otherwise, most of my member content is on Discord. Let Jung know your YouTube name when you get in there so we can match your name up with your Discord name and you'll be good to go. Thank you very much. And I know you did it on purpose. Brokeback Baker, thank you.
And MG Law, I was on your stream when David came in chat and invited you to come do a Lego stream. And you said you had to get Lego first because the store had went out.
Oh, with all your nonsense over here, I haven't been invited yet.
I was on his stream when David invited him. I was
Called
there.
out, MG Law.
I mean, I
Called
got to
out.
stand up for my guys. They are my
We have a lot of
bosses.
people that wanna-
Just saying.
Brandi, any parting words or anything you want to announce that you got coming up other than your trial that you're covering? No? Okay.
No, just the trial. I mean, I have been doing the. If you're interested in doing the Karen Reed or like hearing anything on the Karen Reed case, I do have a podcast on that. That went into a pretty deep dive on it. If anybody is wanting to before the trial starts, hear more stuff about it. But
Well, you know what? When this Karen Reed trial happens, I know me, myself, David, and Broken Baker. Oh my God, get it together.
Brokeback
I
Baker.
know we're all the Brokeback Baker thing threw me off. I had to think about it for a minute. I know we're all going to be at least maybe not streaming live, but involved while it's happening. So maybe we'll get together for all that and do a little crossover again.
I have, so I'm gearing up for the Crumbly, James and Jennifer Crumbly, the parents of the Oxford school shooter. Their trial starts, jury selection starts on the 23rd. I will be there in person. I got my little media pass ready to go, but I'm also an attorney and it's like in the county I resided. So I'll be there for jury selection and then I'll be streaming the trial live starting probably the 25th. I think it's going to be a couple of days trying to select a jury. So keep an eye out for that. I don't have any streams up yet on that, but that'll be all next week, going for at least 3 weeks for that trial. So, and then Valhalla might pop in and out on that one, I think.
Yeah, I have absolutely nothing planned other than Lego streams and whatever floats my fancy.
I have never attempted McKinley's last name. I don't know what it is.
I can't say it either. That's the one name that I've just look at and like it doesn't make sense. She says one thing and then I read it and it doesn't read the same. Lynn Berry, thank you so much for the £9.99 super sticker. I love you. I appreciate you.
Someone asked Little Pill. Little Pill. I have a hard time saying little too. Little Pill asks about I think it was her that asked about it's in my members. It's my members. It's several of my member videos. It's me running the half marathon, the Detroit Free Press International half marathon into Canada and out again. Where my wife is like standing there waiting for me, like, "Are you coming?" Yeah, you'll see all that in the member stream. So
anytime my wife asks if I'm coming, it's a good day.
Amazing
good
wife.
day.
Thank you.
She waited for like 3 hours for him to finish that half marathon.
No, it was 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes. She beat me by 5.
I don't think it was 5 minutes.
She waited on the bridge for you to catch up so she could finish running the race.
She had lunch with somebody else while you were
He was no wonder you said she's the favorite wife. Yeah. She's the favorite better than the other ones.
So good.
Right.
Brandi, thank you. Everyone, thank you for the member gifts and the super
thank you so much
for joining us for this.
No problem.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Brandi. A link to her channel is in the description. And subscribe to Valhalla as well. His link is in the description.
Let me your final thoughts, Brandi, on this entire endeavor.
Well, I had a blast. I'm always down to, come on and hear different.
She's choosing her words so close, so carefully.
Brandi, we love you. Just be honest. We love you, girl.
No, it's good. It's good. I have no problem, looking into, like I said, the, Zachariah Anderson case, looking into it more and like not reading the podcast, listening to this. I told you it's past my bedtime. Listening to the podcast you said and stuff like that. Like I have no problem doing that. I appreciate y'all having me on. I know I'm not everybody's favorite on this, in this group. So I had fun.
I think you gained a lot of fans tonight.
Yeah, I think so. It was all good. Our chat's awesome. And
we're tough on the exterior, but we're big softies inside. I like to refer to us as wholesome degenerates.
Yeah, that's a good way to put us. So, all right, y'all have a wonderful day. Wendy, thank you very much for emceeing for us.
Always my pleasure. Love you guys so much.
Wendy, you're amazing.
And love the chat. Brandi, you're a sweetheart. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Later, y'all.
Good night, chat. Love you all.
Night.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You are really intently looking at something.
I dropped the piece and I can't find it.
Being interviewed and trying to do Lego at the same time, harder than it seems.
Great guest to have on too. In the beginning, he was kind of like, as we all were in the beginning, how should we act and stuff like that. Now he's such a fun guy to be around.
And then he said something about like a tramp stamp or something, and the girls were like, "Hey, where is that? What's this all about? I'll show you mine if you